ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the XFL.
The great city of St. Louis, Missouri, the picture of serenity on this Saturday afternoon. Getting set for the Battlehawks and the Vegas Vipers. But don't let that fool you, because inside the dome at the America Center, it's getting nuts, it's getting insane, backed by the loudest and most passionate fan base in the XFL. And this is wild. Heading into the final 3 weeks of the season, all 4 playoff spots are still up for grabs. You get this, by the end of this weekend, we could have a 3-way tie in the North. That is, if St. Louis beats Vegas and Seattle beats DC tomorrow. So buckle up, especially for Battlehawks fans, because you're not going to see the star quarterback, A.J. McCarron. He's inactive, did not travel. Here's why. Third quarter against Houston a week ago, comes down awkwardly on his shoulder. Nick Tiano comes in for 3 plays. McCarron came back, finished the game, made some critical plays to help get that win, and the numbers back it up. Number 1 in touchdowns, number 2 in passing yards. The dude is legit, but this game belongs to Nick Tiano. With that, hello and welcome to St. Louis. I'm Loa Galindo here with my guy, Sam Macho. This is obviously big news because A.J. McCarron, unarguably the top quarterback over the past few weeks in the XFL, and no quarterback does more at the line than A.J.
A.J. McCarron is at the top or near the top of nearly every relevant statistical quarterback category in the XFL. Now Nick Tiano steps in. Will he be able to keep up that same production, or will there be a drop-off? Time will tell.
And Anthony Beck says that all week long, A.J. McCarron said, I'm good, I can play, but it's his responsibility to protect him and keep him healthy for the stretch run, because if St. Louis wins the next 2, they are in the XFL playoffs. Vegas is the only team eliminated to this point, but they're showing signs of life because of Jalen McClendon. We saw him lead Vegas to a breakthrough win last week.
Jalen McClendon last week, as you said, he was 21 for 31, 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. Coach Rod Woodson said, welcome to the Jalen McClendon show. That was at home. This is his second start in the XFL away in front of over 30,000 fans. What will you do when the bright lights are on and the crowd is cheering or booing against you?
And let's bring in Taylor McGregor.
Thanks so much. Here with Jalen McClendon. What is the key to keeping your offense into a rhythm that you found a week ago?
Just staying on the field, just getting first downs, and really just getting everybody the ball, continue to move the chains as we try to get in the box. So
this team mathematically eliminated from the postseason, but how would you describe what you still have to play for?
Yeah, I think more than anything, we playing for ourselves. Like, unfortunately, we know we're not making the playoffs, but we still coming out with a chip in our shoulders, like knowing that we should have been in a better place, and also knowing that everybody trying to get to the next level. So
thanks for your time. Let's go across the field to Ian Fitzsimmons.
Thanks, Taylor. Here with head coach Anthony Beck to the St. Louis Battlehawks. How badly did A.J. McCarron, your quarterback, politic to play in this game?
Oh, man. Well, listen, A.J. took a little shot last week, came back in that game, finished it, game-clinching drive for us. Ultra competitor, ultra tough. And it was pretty adamant this week. He wanted to play this game. He's in my office every single day. But, I just shut him down this week. I just think it's better. He looked good in practice, but sometimes you just got to take it out of the players' hands. AJ's got a bright future. He's great for us. He's great for the league. And we'll have him back next week. And how about the League of Opportunity for Nick Tiano today? So it's going to be a good opportunity for him today. But, yeah, AJ will be missed. He wants to be here, but, took it out of his hands.
Go get him, Coach.
All right, man. Thank you.
Well, Fitz, thank you so much. And this St. Louis staff told us before the Week 2 game that they love Nick Tiano at quarterback, so high hopes for him. Here's the spread. Friday, it was St. Louis by 7. It's down to St. Louis by 5 and a hook. Second biggest underdog in a game for Vegas this season. The total is 44.5. And if you watched us with Vegas and San Antonio a week ago, you know that was drama that came down to the wire. The fans here deserve this. St. Louis, some of the best sports fans in America, they have been longing for football back in their city, and meaningful football at that. If the Battlehawks win the next 2, they are going to the XFL playoffs. Sin-Q Sweeting back to return. Neither team can leave the 30 or 35 until the ball is caught. Sweeting with the seam, trying to beat the kicker to the 50, And Sweeting setting up Jalen McClendon in beautiful field position.
What a great return by Sin-Q Sweeting. So he went to Slippery Rock. In 2021, he had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Notice him, great vision. He cuts back. Maybe you trust your speed and try to get in front of the kicker. Great job by Hageman slowing him down. But Sin-Q Sweeting setting up his team for great field position. And Jalen McClendon, his first start away in the XFL.
Last week for McClendon, just his third start at the quarterback position since graduating high school. That's Superman at tailback, Rod Smith out of Ohio State. We saw him hurdle a San Antonio Brahma defender for a touchdown last week. McClendon started his career at North Carolina State. He was behind two outstanding quarterbacks in Jacoby Brissett and Ryan Finley, then transferred to Baylor, started one game at Oklahoma State, sat the rest of the time behind Charlie Brewer. His head coach, Rod Woodson, is confused why he has not gotten a shot at the NFL level. Putting together game tape, that's what it will be. McClendon with the legs. And that scramble will be marked short.
0-1.
Right at the first down marker. Here's Ray Sherman.
0-1. Here we go. Quads right. H up. Q back. 25 read spot. Quads right. H up. Q back. 25 read spot.
So you heard that 0-1 personnel. That's no running backs and one tight end. The rest of the bodies in there are receivers. Ray Sherman said you're going to see a lot more quarterback run. So let's see what happens on this play.
Vegas did pick up the first down. This is Sweeting, typically at receiver, swallowed up by a Battlehawks defense that is coming alive in the second half of the year.
11. All right, here we go. Even right. H yo-yo 27B salt. H right. Even right. H yo-yo 27B salt.
27B salt. 27B salt.
Ray Sherman calling plays without Jeff Bedett. 5 touchdowns on the season, tied for the XFL lead with Akeem Butler of St. Louis. He will miss this game with a hammy issue. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Carson Wells, a linebacker out of Colorado, with the breakup.
Carson Wells, he's one of the most high-energy, high-effort players in the XFL. Notice that zone read look. He engages with the offensive tackle, Jamil Demby, gets his hands up. We saw this last week, an early batted down pass by quarterback Jalen McClendon. Let's see how he adjusts on this play.
The dome is alive for 3rd and 10. McClendon, the legs. 3 Battlehawks defenders bringing them down again. It's going to be a close spot. Initially looks about a half a yard short. No, they're saying move the chains after the 10-yard pickup.
And what a physical run by Jalen McClendon. This is the difference of him versus Luis Perez. As soon as he sees it, he goes. He's been carving up the defense in practice. Rod Woodson said, let's give him an opportunity in the game. XFL, where dreams meet opportunity.
Lucas Dennis with the big hit there. And it was a decision that Rod Woodson had to make. His team was struggling. They knew they wanted to shake something up offensively. He started looking into trades in the XFL scene for another quarterback. But he said all along, McClendon is untouchable. He's engineering Vegas into scoring position now inside the 30 here in St. Louis. Moments ago, this is Nate Maters out of UCLA walking off the field. Obviously a big situation for St. Louis because he shifted over to safety after Ben DeLuca was hurt. And you see the contact there with Nate Maters on the left side of the screen going down. That will be an injury that we will need to watch through the course of this game.
And Maters has been one of the better players on this St. Louis Battlehawks defense. We'll see how it develops, but he's going to be a huge piece missing in that D.
McClendon has shown the magic with the legs so far. Vegas keeps it on the ground. And that is Lovett going right side. Lovett inside the 5-yard line. Takes a thump from Trey Watson Sr. 23 yards for the former Baylor Bear.
And John Lovett and Jalen McClendon played together at Baylor in 2018. The last start that you saw McClendon have. Lovett had a 75-yard touchdown in that game. He's got great speed, and he's got exciting vision as well. He knows when to come back and make big plays.
32 twin read. Yeah.
This is where St. Louis really bowed up in the win against Houston and that vaunted offense a week ago inside the red zone.
No, Chase.
Matthew Sexton in motion, back to Lovett, end zone. And Vegas is on the board first. McClendon Magic is still alive.
Last week we heard Coach Rod Woodson say, welcome to the Jalen McClendon show. Yes, John Lovett with the 5-yard rushing touchdown, but that was set up by a couple quarterback keepers, one designed and one that Jalen McClendon said, I'm going to use my 6'5", 215-pound frame and go get that first down on 3rd and 10.
3 options now for the extra point, a 1, 2, or 3 from the 2-yard line, the 5 or the 10. The 2-pointer from the 5, that has been by far the most popular choice among XFL teams. Vegas is 5 of 14 for 2.
No, hey, swing.
McClendon looks to throw, too easy. Martavis Bryant, the former Clemson Tiger and All-Pro, breaking the grab.
We love hearing that from Rod Woodson. He said, hey, make the game simple. Obviously, this is a rushing touchdown right here, but on that 2-point conversion, make it simple. You see him inside, throw it outside. See him outside, throw it inside. Slow down the game.
Let's check in with Taylor.
Thank you, Coach. McClendon Magic continues. What is the key that he brings that allows your offense to get down the field so efficiently?
So athletic, can run with the football, can throw the ball. We got to keep playing with passion, effort, and energy for 3 more quarters.
What type of dynamic does that QB run game add to your offense?
It holds that defensive end, which allows our running backs to get outside.
Love it. Thank you. Lowell?
Taylor, this is a completely different looking Vegas team than the one St. Louis saw 2 weeks ago.
We were calling that game, Lowell. Last 2 weeks ago in Vegas, these two teams played, and St. Louis controlled that game from beginning to end. Well, since then, St. Louis has changed quarterbacks. They've changed philosophies. Rod Woodson said he took away the music from the team. He said, I'm going to go old school to remind our team what it takes to win. He's seen a huge change in this team from then to now.
Darius Shepard sets up Nick Tiano just north of the 20-yard line. Tiano began his career at Mississippi State. Problem was there was a guy named Dak Prescott as a starting quarterback, so transferred back to his hometown, Chattanooga, and was a standout for the Mocs. Anthony Beck knows him well. He was part of the 2020 NFLPA All-Star game, came off the bench for Beck and won the MVP there.
And that's where this relationship starts from. Anthony Beck coached in that game, the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl. This guy didn't start, but he won MVP. He knows there's something special about Nick Tiano.
180! What's that?
Brian Hill, the running back. First carry last week was a fumble. This much better for 6 yards. Now, Anthony Beck says that the offense will look pretty much the same, but there's going to be more reading of the defensive end by Tiano because of his running ability.
Yeah, Nick Tiano is a more athletic quarterback than A.J. McCarron, so there's going to be a lot more, not necessarily design run, but zone read the defensive end and go if you have an opportunity.
He does have a big arm, and here is that quarterback run all the way. Tiano, a big dude, down to the 39-yard line. Give him 11.
Talk about slowing down a defense. So Nick Tiano, you haven't seen him. He had 3 snaps last week. You know he's athletic as an offensive coordinator. How do you get him more involved in the game? Draw a design, quarterback draw. And then you hand it off. And then you get him calm as he gets into this game.
Come on, Jake. 180.
Calling for Jake Sutherland, his tight end in motion. Quick throw on the screen. That's Akeem Butler. And going backwards as Keelan Kennedy is there for the loss.
Let's go, baby. Let's have fun.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, bro. We worked on it.
We already worked on it, baby.
Did. We've thrown it.
You can throw it as high as you want to. I'm telling you.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, we behind you.
Yes,
today.
sir. Appreciate you, bro. Keep everybody up. Hey, well, listen up in the huddle, man. You stay on it for me. I'm going to leave that to you.
Hey, Sam, that's a guy that's got control, that's feeling comfortable.
It's a leadership aspect as well. Sometimes that's what you need. You need to lead other people, but speaking can remind you that, hey, man, I know you're good, but I'm going to be good as well. Let's stay on the same page.
And that's the St. Louis native Brian Hill, second leading rusher in the XFL. Good to have him flanking you. But it will be different because A.J. McCarron, his relationship with Bruce Gradkowski gave him so much freedom at the line.
A.J. McCarron would often call plays himself, and he knows the offense. And so we'll see how Bruce Gradkowski adjusts with Tiano and not A.J. McCarron.
Look for big number 88 in blue, Akeem Butler. Third leading receiver in receptions in the league, and that is off the fingertips of Austin Prohl. Dangerous, could have been going the other way.
And we saw the pressure by Vic Beasley on the left-hand side. So that pressure kept Tiano from being able to step up. A dangerous pass. Anthony Becht a little concerned the way this game has started, but it's just the first series. Go to the sideline, calm them down, have your defense step up, and then get back into this game.
Vegas is the only team that's been eliminated from the XFL playoff race. But we tried to tell you weeks ago, they will be a factor in who gets invited to the big dance.
They're one of the most confident teams in the XFL. Starting from the beginning of the season, they all believed they could win. Now it's finally coming together with this new quarterback, but we'll see how it ends.
Matthew Sexton to the 26. We got Hankies now. Let's listen in.
Talk to me when you get a chance.
Blocking the back, 24 receiving team.
24 receiving team during the kit or during the return.
During the return,
we're gonna go
good.
Half the distance, then 24 receiving team.
Yes, sir.
Got it. During the return, illegal block in the back, number 24 receiving team. That penalty will be enforced half the distance. First down, timeout.
Jalen McClendon and company look very comfortable, especially on the ground. They got 48 yards and a touchdown, all 48 of them via the ground game. The XFL is brought to you by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car. And this was the right call, bringing football back to St. Louis. They love the brothers of Kaka. The Battlehawks faithful bring it. Week number 4, 38,000 plus. Week 5, 35,000 plus. They got the 400 section open up inside the dome. This city deserves football. The XFL is delivering. Now Jalen McClendon backed up with the Battlehawks faithful bringing the noise. Slippery is Geronimo Allison, the former Green Bay Packer, and that answered a big question right there, Sam, about handling the crowd noise.
And what do you do when it's your first game away? It's going to be over 38, maybe 40,000 fans here in the stands. They open up the top level. Last week he could communicate more. This week we'll see how he develops in a new environment. That's what I'm watching for this series.
So move the chains. The first reception of the afternoon by the Vegas Vipers, going for 17 yards. Back to the ground. Ron Smith, the former Cowboy, to the 32. T-Mac.
Well, when we talk about how loud it is in here, I think it's important we bring up the communication devices that are in the players' helmets to hear the head coach making calls. Each team is given 15 headsets to divide over offense and defense, the players that they want to hear the call. Most are given to offensive position players and skill players, and then the center. But for Vegas, they gave it to their left guard, Mike Miller, and that is because of his experience with St. Louis calling plays. So he wears that device, and hopefully that experience can help with this crowd noise.
McClendon with another scramble for first down, and Michael Miller is a smart man. He is still currently a high school math teacher. He jumps on Zoom calls with the students during the week as he plays in this league.
And when you're the communicator on the offensive line, that's the most important position, whether you're the center or the guard making the calls. And so Mike Miller making these calls will help soothe down his quarterback, the entire offensive line, and the receivers as well. Everyone will be on the same page.
Chase. Here we go.
McClendon, little swing pass to Sexton off his fingertips. And Taylor, we don't hear too often about offensive guards also teaching math.
And you also don't hear about a guy's students coming to watch him play. That is the case with Mike Miller here today, a high school math teacher at Washburn Rural, about 4 hours away from here. And in attendance, he has about 50 friends and family and students here to watch them. So he's excited to catch up with them after the game. Pretty special moment for him here this afternoon.
That is awesome. That is what it is about. Opportunity for those students that they'll never forget either. McClendon Wants it all. He's got a man wide open, but overthrows Martavis Bryant. Bryant had steps, Sam.
Martavis Bryant said before the season, he said, I know my number is going to be called. I know every DB is going to say, man, I guarded him. I shut him down. Plays like that are plays that you have to make. Obviously, he's a little bit overthrown by Jalen McClendon, but I believe that Martavis Bryant's going to have a big day today with more relationship and more time with his new starting quarterback.
And you can see the Vegas offensive players now cupping their ears to hear Ray Sherman in the play call. Loudest environment in the XFL. McClendon with time. Sexton is open at the sticks. First down, Vipers.
Matthew Sexton in the slot, a great security blanket for his receiver, for his quarterback.
On. Ball right week on. 28 ball same.
Hey, 28 balls, 28 balls. Hey, Wonder. 28 same. Hey, here we go.
Smith, right side. Smith swallowed up by Mike Rose and Silas Kelly. Mike Rose, the former Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year out of Iowa State. Some good Midwest flavor in the house here today.
11. 29 pin. 11.
Yeah, Wonder.
Sure, the 28 play call, that was to the right. This 29 play call is going to be to the left. 11 personnel, that's that. 3 receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end. That's why you saw Sexton get back in there.
Here's the pressure by Willie Harvey up the middle. Going backwards, but we do have a flag down.
56. I think it's 51, yeah. 51 that went in, made the tackle. Just make sure. I want to get the number.
56, 5-6.
Got it, 56. Offside, it's going to be still second down, right? Offside, number 56. Defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So Harvey got there, but that was called on Travis Feeney out of Washington. Front 7 for St. Louis has played at a ridiculous level the past couple of weeks.
They have, and Mike Rowe's been a huge part of that story, as has Willie Harvey on the inside. Both of those players are the reason why this defense is playing well, along with Kevin Atkins and LaCale London.
Pistol set for Vegas here with Rod Smith behind McClendon. That's Brian Burt actually with the carry, and Burt showing the burst down to the 25-yard line. So Brian Burt out of Fresno State giving Rod Smith the blow.
And this offensive line has been outstanding. You see Jamil Demby on the left side. He has NFL experience, had an injury. He's opening up that B gap for Burt to run through. And so this is helping Jalen McClendon with the crowd noise. All these little runs, it keeps the crowd out of it because the offense is moving down the field.
Back to Burt. Spin move, but wrapped up by Keelan Robinson. Son of the big dog, Glenn Robinson. Let's check in with Taylor.
Well, guys, running back John Lovett, who scored the first touchdown for Vegas, is now questionable with general illness. John Lovett, questionable with general illness.
And that explains why we are seeing Brian Burt in the backfield. Lovett, one of the top receiving threats at the running back spot. Here's Smith with the carry. Smith untouched until he is absolutely thumped by Chris Cooper.
This St. Louis defense, and I know it's early, but they're going to have to shore up on the run. We saw a few weeks ago when they played D.C., they gave up a few really big runs. What's happening is some of the defensive linemen are getting stuck on blocks and not able to get in their gap.
And that's Donnie Abraham, former ball hawk of the NFL with the Bucks, calling plays for St. Louis.
Hey, come on. Take.
Battlehawks lead the league in takeaways. They need one here. McClendon. And that is Lakeem Williams. plays with his hair on fire for St. Louis.
I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but Jalen McClendon has done this a couple times this season. When a play wasn't there, he immediately makes a quick decision and tries to get positive yardage. We saw it earlier in this game. We saw it a few times last week, and that's a big difference. Keeps you in second and manageable rather than second and long.
51, Wanda. Hey, let's go, let's go.
Smith is open out of the backfield. He's got to beat one guy. He thought about another hurdle, but is met in midair. Still gets it done. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Vipers.
Rod Smith last week had a play very similar to this. He was in open space. He caught the ball. He was able to hurdle over a receiver or a defender. This time, 1st down, no touchdown.
Rod Smith, 55 games in his NFL career.
Hey, jumbo right, tackle shuffle, 26 reads.
Last in 2019 with the Raiders.
Tackle shuffle, 26
Most of his
reads.
snaps in the league.
Hey, let's go. Hey, tape,
on
tape.
special teams.
Tape. Come on.
Snap gets away. McClendon goes down. Travis Feeney chased him down. That changes everything.
Well, yeah, obviously an errant snap.
Get out.
Great job getting on top of the ball, but that crowd noise, that snap was not only errant, but it was unexpected. McClendon was not ready for the snap, even though it was high.
Now we're seeing John Lovett check back in the game.
61,
so apparently whatever was ailing him, he's over it.
Let's go,
when you have a medical staff that can check on you quickly, you get everything set up and adjusted, and get back in the game.
It's not smelling salts, it's smelling the end zone. Lovett is there, but overthrown, out of his reach. Hey, take this all in. St. Louis,
we gotta get in faster.
You've earned this moment as we come to the end of the first quarter, up until the final 2 minutes of the half. We've got a clock that runs after the ball is spotted, even after out-of-bounds plays or incompletions. Battlehawks down, but their fans are not out. Here in St. Louis, the early Hawk gets the Viper. I love the way the fans of this league play it up. The pro zone. That's right, they want Austin, like his pops Ricky did in this building back in the day.
Hey, go ahead. No.
3rd and 13.
Here we go, set.
Sweep to Sweeting. Sweeting looking for room, gets it to the 6-yard line, but a late flag comes in.
Mike. 61
blocking the back on the offense.
Yeah.
Let's talk to coach. Does he want to decline that?
I got your spot.
He wants 4th down. So where was the spot at? We're good.
5-yard line.
5-yard line.
All right, he wants 4th down at the 5. And what was the number 61?
Yes, sir.
Offense. Illegal block in the back, number 61. Offense. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
So Anthony Beck declining that penalty. So the Vegas field goal unit comes out. There's been a change made this week. Sam Sloman out of Miami of Ohio is signed. He's the new kicker for the Vipers. Former 7th-round pick in the NFL. 10-13 in his NFL career. This his first attempt in the X. 23 yards for Sloman. Sloman's kick is up, and a good start to his Vipers career, as it is now a 2-possession game. Rod Woodson has to love it.
Good stop.
Yeah, and I love the decision to kick right there, and I feel the momentum. I understand the momentum, but there's wisdom in getting the points. You're at the 5-yard line. If you don't get points, now there's that idea of momentum to the other side. No, by the way, the St. Louis Battlehawks are not playing with A.J. McCarron. They are playing with the backup quarterback. So you get the points. You trust your defense, which played outstanding last week. They played lights out last week. There's almost like a new identity. And then you get points on the other side.
Week 6 in the XFL continues next with the Renegades taking on the Guardians. former Vegas quarterback Luis Perez expected to make his debut for the Renegades. And tomorrow afternoon, we got a doubleheader starting with San Antonio and Houston at 3 Eastern on ABC, followed by the Defenders and Sea Dragons on ESPN2. Every game is also available on ESPN+. The North is ridiculous right now. We need to figure out who wants to win in the South, as Houston looked like the runaway favorite. They've lost 3 straight. Here is Shepard, the most dangerous return man in the league. And this will be drive number 2 for Nick Tiano, starting at the 27-yard line. Let's listen in to his head coach, Anthony Beck.
Relax, recharge, reset, get back to your fundamentals, and let's go. We are good to go. Go play ball. Start now, though, okay?
Tiano getting the start for A.J. McCarron, who did not travel after hurting his shoulder in the 3rd quarter against Houston. Tiano throwing on the run. That's his 2nd dangerous pass behind Austin Proehl.
It looked like C.J. Avery on the inside. He's an every down linebacker. That was great vision. He turns and he runs with the receiver. Doesn't have the effect. And then backs the ball down.
1 trips right, Haas. 1 trips right, 51 Haas. Y spot.
Trips right, 51 Haas. Y spot on 180.
St. Louis, perfect in every game except the 2 against the favorite to win it all, D.C.
180.
They beat Vegas by 23 2 weeks ago. Wide open, Marcel Aitman. And the former Raider playing his 2nd game back with St. Louis after missing 3 straight with a hammy. They're picking up a guy that's played in the NFL basically late in the season.
Marcel Aitman especially. He spent time with the Arizona Cardinals last year. He's 6'5". I was down with him on the field earlier. And he's just a big body with great hands. So he's going to be a great security blanket for Tiano.
He was the 2nd overall pick in the skill position draft. Laron Stokes with the tackle at the line. Vegas defense looked different as well. Really shut down San Antonio, allowed 1 offensive touchdown last week, had a special team score allowed as well. But before that, Chris Dishman had a defense that allowed 29 points in 4 straight.
I'm excited to see how St. Louis responds to a play like that. I'm expecting to see more empty. Why do you go empty? You give Tiano a chance to evaluate the field, know where everyone is at.
And that's Pita Tumapenu wearing 0, the hottest pass rusher in the league. Tiano with the legs, some contact as he slid. I don't see a flag. Austin Proehl is saying, hey, protect my quarterback, give me one. That's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, and so you see, we call him D-Train. Deontay Anderson coming in on a late hit. Now, Dean Blandino can review this when it comes to player safety. He can look and slow down the game and make an adjustment.
And this is a play that Anthony Beck can also challenge. You see the red dash below the timeouts. You get 1 challenge to challenge anything. Have to have a timeout to use it. Tiano throwing sideline looking for Aitman. And that was Deontay Anderson that time trying to prowl on that football.
The 2 positive plays we've seen from St. Louis, both have come in empty. They've spread out the defense. You can no longer hide or disguise. Tiano has run 1 and passed 1. I expect to see much more of that to get Tiano more relaxed in this game.
And we talk about nerves. Can only imagine what Tiano is feeling making his XFL debut. He has had all week to know that he's going to be the guy to get the start. Quick pass. That's complete to Steven Mitchell. Fitz.
Coach, what are you seeing from your quarterback so far?
Yeah, you know, he's settling in, gets the ball. We got to stop them on defense, get him more chances on the football. It's a good drive right here. We got to find a way to punch into the end zone. He's using his legs well. I like that. So we got to continue to keep mixing it up.
Thanks, AB. Lowell.
In that in-between territory now. At the 32. With a 3rd and 3.
180, we should hard. 180.
Tiano wants the end zone. Big Akeem Butler. Got it. Give him another one. 32 yards. And Akeem Butler is now your XFL leader with 6 touchdowns. touchdown catches.
Great read by Nick Tiano. Saw the middle of the field open, and Akeem Butler did the rest.
Butler mossed a dude last week for a touchdown and ran away from Vegas for one here.
He was also the reason why they won their week 1 game. They were down big, had that 4th down, that 4th and 15, that 3-point conversion. He started all of that.
St. Louis 7-14 on the 2-pointers. Tiano with the wheels upended. Helicopter into the end zone for Nick Tiano, and that is how you win over a fan base.
Talk about getting the crowd involved. Nick Tiano, he sees it, sticks his foot in the ground, and flies into the end zone by any means necessary.
Is that Elway?
10:57 to go in the second quarter. Vegas leads St. Louis 11-8. I'm here with Nick Tiano, quarterback of the St. Louis Battlehawks. You just had a helicopter conversion there, Elway-esque. Take me on the field, man. When you see that moment, what's that like? Just take us there.
Yeah, man. I saw, they played coverage. Felt it kind of open up in the middle and just figured, hey, I can lower my head and go get 5 yards, man. O-line did a great job.
As far as first start, how's it feel so far?
Man, it feels great. This crowd is amazing. These St. Louis fans are awesome, man. My teammates, coaches, they've shown me support all week, so just want to get the job done for them.
Thanks, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well,
I don't know if the St. Louis fans knew the name Nick Tiano coming into this game. I promise you, they know the name now. His Q Swinning with the response and forced out of bounds at the 45-yard line. There is a flag at the 31. Let's check on that.
80.
At the 30.
80.
Number 80. Okay, from the spot there.
From the 30. From the 30.
Number 80, return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's check out Tiano getting into the zone again.
Let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about! That's it! Let's go!
Just looking for a chance to play. That's the story for both McClendon and Tiano. They both had to back up some amazing quarterbacks in their careers. Now they're getting their shot. McClendon, little straight to Sexton. Sexton staying up for 7 yards.
And sometimes all you need, Lowell, is that opportunity. Rod Woodson said earlier, I needed to play Jalen McClendon because he's never had the opportunity. Now Nick Tiano's getting his chance as well. That's what this league is about.
33 Q dart, A attack. 33 Q dart, A attack. 33.
And you love trades that help both teams. The trade from Luis Perez from Vegas to Arlington helps the Renegades in the South try to lock up one of the two spots. Helps Vegas mess up some playoff plans in the North. McClendon carrying Lakeem Williams for the first down.
We saw last week, Jalen McClendon had 25 rushing yards at critical moments. If it's not there, you take it. And he's such a big body. He's 6'5". He's 215, so he's falling forward and not falling backward. Most quarterbacks, when they get hit, they go the opposite way. Jalen McClendon is changing that definition.
On the left.
And he wants to learn. Monday was a player's day off. He was in the coach's office going over run plays and pass plays that he likes with Rod Woodson and Ray Sherman, the OC. There's Smith. Smith still up, lowering the shoulder just shy of the first down. Jonathan Alexander bringing him down, but that's 9 yards. Catch episode 6 of the XFL docuseries Player 54, Chasing the XFL Dream, Thursday at 5 Eastern on ESPN2. Available to stream immediately after on ESPN+. Directed by Peter Berg, this 9-part docuseries chronicles the creation of the XFL under new ownership and provides an all-access look at all 8 teams. Hey, we talk about opportunity. Destroying is in the house. Was in the house last night for his one-on-one battles. We had a chance to check that out. Amazing experience. He's going to be joining us in the third quarter.
And there's so many NFL players that come. So think about it. We saw Jamison Williams. He pulled up to destroying one-on-one battles. And then all these players, high schoolers, college players, get opportunities to do one-on-one. You win 10,000, but also there's scouts watching. There were some XFL scouts watching those one-on-ones.
And the leading receiver in the league, Ja'Cour Pearson from Seattle, made his name at one of Destroying's events in Detroit. Rod Smith, the tailback. McClendon making his second straight start out of Baylor. Swinging it to Smith. Smith with the first down. And the tackle made by Mike Rose. Fitz.
Starting safety Nate Mader's already out with a concussion for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Now Jonathan Alexander is in the injury tent, Lowell, with a right arm injury.
Oh, the secondary getting thinner in front of our very eyes. Sam, how do you adjust to that mid-game?
Well, if you're the Vegas Vipers, you try to notice that and you would take a deep shot. Attack the people who are in new positions. Nate Mader's in a different position. So take that opportunity to make a big play.
Little delay. And then going back to the ground to Burt. What was that little delay all about with that play call?
Well, it's about timing. And so sometimes you take that extra step to set up the timing for the offensive linemen. So not all plays are designed the same. You need your linemen to get down the field. You need guards to pull. So that delay allows you to get that timing perfect to get positive yardage.
Troy left off.
Troy left off.
27B alert bubble.
27B. 27B. 27.
Burt with the carry. Burt showing a nice burst up the middle to the 36, 7 yards for the Fresno State Bulldog.
Something's got to change up front for the St. Louis Battlehawks defensive line. We saw them when they played DC a few weeks ago. They gave up big plays. They have to get off blocks in order to help Mike Rose and Willie Harvey get in their gaps and make their plays.
And that has been the strength of this defense. Laquel London, Kevin Atkins in the middle. Not winning the battle. Swing pass to the tight end. That's Cam Sutton, also out of Fresno State.
Well, you notice Brian Burt is in. And Smith is coming right back in. He's been dealing with a back injury, so pay attention to that. And then John Lovett, who I mentioned, was dealing with general illness earlier, now dealing with a hand injury. So pay attention to the shuffle at running back that Vegas is dealing with right now.
Keeping you busy on the sideline, Taylor. Sutton in motion, empty for McClendon. Draw. And hit instantly by Travis Feeney. Travis Feeney out of Washington has been an absolute monster. Sacks in back-to-back games for this Battlehawks defense. And setting up a third down.
Let's go!
On your feet here, inside the dome. Against the Vegas Vipers, his only picks of the season. All LaVern Hill does is pick off Vegas Viper quarterbacks. Number 3 for the Michigan Wolverine.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Vegas.
Rod Woodson has challenged that there was a legal 31-yard line to the face.
We were on the
Dean Blandino currently in his review.
26. Yep. Right, so we'll be at the 26.
Correct.
Vegas's ball, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, 26, and it was number 90, St. Louis.
They have no more. Number 90. Got it.
The timeout. They're done challenging.
The interception.
Yeah, one thing.
There is a foul for hands to the face on the defense number 90. That penalty will be enforced. It's an automatic first down for Vegas. Vegas will have no remaining challenges for the game, but will retain their timeouts.
Let's bring in Dean Blandino, VP of Officiating for the XFL. Walk us through that challenge, Dean.
Obviously a big play, interception. Coach Woodson saw hands to the face on number 90. This is going to be your good look. He's got his left hand pinning the head back. That's what we're looking for, prolonged contact. That is a foul for hands to the face, negates the interception. Automatic first down for Vegas.
Dean, thank you so much. That one goes against Kevin Atkins. And let's face it, Rod Woodson has struggled with how to use challenges and doing it in the appropriate manner. He wins this one in a big way.
And this is what Bill Belichick and the NFL has tried to implement. Let's have one play that we can challenge. Just whether you have to use a timeout, the ability to challenge a missed call. NFL has not implemented it. Well, the XFL has, and we're seeing so many coaches challenge plays that are game-changing plays.
And I would love to know who noticed. If Woodson or one of his coaches did, or if the offensive lineman ran off and said, hey, coach, I got hit.
Well, he likely has people up in the box watching for plays like this. Could have been the player. The player says, hey, coach, I got hit. Someone up in the booth is saying, hey, yes, he did. Let's challenge right now.
There's Sexton. Sexton to the sideline, nearly got the first down. Chased out by Silas Kelly. Taylor.
Coach, what did you guys see and how did you know to challenge there?
Well, one of our guys upstairs said that number 90 had forcible contact to the offensive lineman face. We made the challenge, had to make the challenge on an interception like that, so it gave us the opportunity to get the ball back.
Appreciate it. Lowell?
Taylor, thank you so much. That is also a coach that is getting more comfortable in his skin as the season progresses.
And it's smart. He has people up in the booth. They have the tablets that can go back and rewind plays. They say, yes, there was a challenge on this play, a play that should be challenged.
Smith hits a stone wall. And that is Travis Feeney with the stop behind the line. Moving back.
All right, here we go.
So what do you do now that you did get that challenge? How do you get those points?
Here we go.
Critical third down.
Trips right, 27 base, QA block. Trips right, 27 base, QA block.
Uno, Bear Money, 51 P. Uno, alert hard count.
So you heard that 51 Peel Uno by Donnie Abram, defensive coordinator for St. Louis. That means whoever's up the field, if running back releases, you have to go with them.
McClendon swallowed up by three Battlehawk defenders. Lakel London the first there. Carson Wells finished it.
Why does 51 Peel Uno matter? It matters because you're bringing more people than they have that can block. And so the defensive end has to peel, but if that defensive end peels, the running back is not blocking, and you have extra people inside to go get a sack.
Carson Wells making his impact felt. And that will set up a 43-yarder for Sam Sloman. He made his XFL debut. The second one is no good. So after all of that, you lose your challenge, and you're giving the ball back to St. Louis near the same position that interception happened.
You still have to make that challenge. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20, but you have to make that challenge. Sam Sloman, new to the team this week, has NFL experience. This missed field goal is costly, but at least you kept the team from getting that momentum. But now with missed field goal, St. Louis says, let's go. Let's get a quick first down and take a shot.
Got 3:56 left before half. St. Louis and Vegas with all three timeouts. The clock will run after incompletions and out-of-bound plays up until the 2-minute warning. Then we'll go to college rules. Hakeem Butler tried to backstep out of a tackle by Keelan Kennedy. Week 6 in the XFL continues next with the Renegades and the Guardians. And tomorrow afternoon, we have another doubleheader with the Brahmas and Roughnecks at 3 Eastern on ABC, followed by the Defenders and Sea Dragons on ESPN2. Every game also available on ESPN Plus. And get that out of here. Keelan Kennedy active early at a Garden City Community College.
Hey, good ball now.
Keelan Kennedy has gotten so much better as the season has progressed, only 23 years old. He was one of the top JUCO DBs just a few years back. and now he's showing his game, his improvement with time, with experience, and with reps.
And this is unfortunate. It's Peter Tomopenu, star out of Utah, who set this league ablaze over the last 3 weeks, being checked out on the field. See his bio, 11 career games in the NFL with 3 different teams. He is a half sack behind Houston's Trent Harris in the run for that Sack King title. So Harris with the lead in the XFL in sacks. Tomopenu briefly surpassed him last week in the win against San Antonio. He's now half a sack back. Max Roberts for Vegas also in the mix. He backs up Vic Beasley, but still has managed 5 on the season.
And those 6.5 sacks for Pita have all come in the last 3 games, so we're hoping he's okay. He has been on a tear, not this season, but these last 3 weeks. The sacks are finally starting to come.
Protecting the quarterback has also been problematic at times for the St. Louis offensive line. But look, he steps out, and you bring in Vic Beasley, and Max Roberts. You got depth on the edge.
Here we go.
Beasley, number 45, the bottom of the defensive line. Former All-Pro with the Atlanta Falcons, played in the Super Bowl as well. 3rd and 5 for Tiano. Beasley nearly got there. Aikman, the sliding catch, give it to him, move the chains. When they got him back last week, they got a dude back, Sam.
He was injured before the season started. He played through injury. Then finally, halfway through the season, he went on IR, wasn't available, but he came back last week. And he's been helping this offense be more explosive because he's such a great route runner to accompany his size.
Nick Tiano getting the start for St. Louis. A.J. McCarron did not make the trip because of a shoulder issue. He should be good to go for the showdown next week against Seattle. St. Louis wins these next 2. They got a battle here. They're in the XFL playoffs.
And one thing that Bruce Gradkowski does, an offensive coordinator, if a play's successful, he goes back to it. We've seen a couple quarterback draws. Expect more empty.
Tight, Hakeem.
Gradkowski played for the Rams in this building back in 2008 with Leroy Glover and Anthony Beck. Out to the flat. And that is Stephen Mitchell. And Stephen Mitchell is going to bring it close to the first down marker. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Vegas with the 11-8 lead over St. Louis. Inside the dome at America's Center, you'll find St. Louis Battlehawks and the biggest and loudest crowd in the XFL trying to spur their home team on. Bruce Gradkowski calling the plays for St. Louis offensively. Chris Dishman for the Vegas defense as the Vipers hold the lead with 2 minutes before half. No A.J. McCarron did not make the trip. Hurt his shoulder in the 3rd quarter against Houston. He'll be back next week. This game belongs to Nick Tiano. Tiano to the Duke Blue Devil, Mateo Durant. And a 3rd down conversion. 12 yards for Durant.
That was a great play design. You saw the motion in the shift, and then Durant came from the other side of the line, through the line of scrimmage, which makes it hard to cover for a defensive line.
Vegas struck first with a John Lovett touchdown.
Hey, I'm going to jump with you. Hey, you could get this.
Had the ball in the red zone, bad snap. Led them to settle for a field goal. St. Louis came back with a Keem Butler bomb from Tiana. Durant. Lit up by Deontay Anderson. Heavy hitter out of Houston. But we do have a flag.
What you got, Crystal?
I got holding on blue 55.
55? You like your spot? You good? 55 hold?
I'll put it at the 30.
All right, you liking it? So we're going to go from the previous spot then? Holding number 55.
That's fine.
Holding number 55. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's on Dallas Warmack. Nick Tiano turns into the lead blocker on this play, and he was thinking about taking on Deontay.
Yeah, Deontay, they used to call him D-Train. At 7 years old, he was a running back. He would run people over. He was a big guy. Then he said he got skinny. Well, he's still running people over now on the defensive side of the ball.
Left, 50 Chevy, 8 shallow, 130.
Well, maybe after that helicopter into the end zone for the two-point conversion, Tiano decided to take that one easy. And it looks like a timeout from Anthony Beck.
What is it that you want to challenge, Coach? He's charging.
Yeah, he wants some use of the helmet there for contact there, Dean.
Looks
I think.
like we have a challenge coming up here from
Is that what he's looking for?
Looking at that regardless, or it has to be
Okay, so yeah, I know Dean's going to look at that. Dean, talk to me on that.
Yeah, so he's challenging the use of helmet on the tackle, correct?
Yeah, he is challenging on the tackle on the runner there.
Okay.
And that's what we're looking at, and we're going to challenge that with a timeout.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm on my high end zone. He drops his head, but he makes contact with the side of the helmet. I'm going to go to my far handheld next. So I'm looking at side of the helmet. I've got a really good look. I can see the crown the whole time. Definitely forcible contact, but he's a runner. He's not defenseless. And I've got contact with the side of the helmet. Yep, I'm looking at it. Go ahead. Yeah, that's the one we started with. All right, Mike, there's no forcible contact with the crown of the helmet. It was the side of the helmet, so there's no foul. So you're going to lose the challenge and charge a timeout.
They said it was side of the
After
helmet.
review, there is no illegal use of the helmet by the defense. The contact was to the side.
It's just player. We're like talking player
St.
safety.
Louis has been charged a timeout and will have no remaining challenges for the remainder of the game.
And Dean, Anthony Beck has such a good feel for the challenge. What kind of conversations are you open to with coaches about when and how to use their challenges?
We have a lot of conversations because this is new, right? We haven't done this at any level of football where they can challenge fouls or potential fouls. So we want them to have a better understanding of how we're looking at the plays. So I have those conversations during the week with all of our head coaches.
Thank you, Dean. 1st and 20. Tiano on the money. Darius Shepard, the leading receiver for the Battlehawks in 3 of the last 4 games.
One Trump right. 51 Haas.
On the ball.
That's jerked.
51, I want to.
Hakeem, bring your split in. Hakeem, bring it in. You got the Haas. You're up the seam.
180.
Gronkowski talking to Akeem Butler. Ball going to Pro to the 20. And we got a flag.
He's older to play the first down.
28.
Going with a face mask 28 defense there. Talk about it.
Had a face mask on the runner.
We're good. We're good.
Hold on.
We're good. We're good. Again, you had it. You got it. Good. There is no foul for face mask on the play. Still first down.
Sam, I don't know if there's a better receiver in traffic in the XFL than Austin Pearl.
He's been outstanding, and he's done this from week 1. We saw in that comeback that St. Louis had in week 1, he was a critical factor in traffic. And week 2, week 3, every time, whether it's Nick Tiano now or it was A.J. McCarron need a catch, they go to Austin Pearl.
That game winner against San Antonio had 3 defenders on him. Kareem Walker now the running back. Tiano on a roll picked off in the end zone. Marlon Evans taking it out. No flags, and you can count that one for the Utah State Aggie, Marlon Evans.
And you can also count the defenders in the area. I get it, you trust your receiver, but that's a bad decision when you're inching towards the red zone. You have 3 different defenders in that zone, and so you start to get comfortable with the guy, but you're leaning off your back foot. Could have been picked off by a few different players. At that moment, it was Marlon Evans.
He was looking for Prohl, didn't get him. And meanwhile, much to the dismay of the St. Louis fans, the Vegas defense took it all the way down to the opposite end zone. Had a little personal celebration.
And Marwin Evans spent time on the Green Bay Packers 53-man roster in 2016 and 2017. NFL experience, it shows right there.
By Vegas taking points off the board. McClendon back to work. And it's Bryant. He gets out of the tackle. The Clemson Tiger takes it inside the 40. Taylor.
Here with Marwin Evans. How did you read that play?
Well, they've been doing double slants on us all day. So I just knew, like, if I catch him in the right play and he missed the throw, I can get it.
What's been the difference defensively for you guys this week versus when you played them 2 weeks ago?
So everybody just playing the calls. Everybody's just doing what they're supposed to do, and we're just more focused.
Thank you. Lowell?
39 yards there for Martavis Bryant, former standout in the NFL with the Steelers. Jalen McClendon back to work. Comfortable, but nearly threw it into the midst of Elijah Hamilton, who tumbled down 7 times after almost picking that one off.
Man, we're seeing so much back and forth, and that was a great play by Elijah Hamilton. You see McClendon staring down his receiver. Hamilton knows he can undercut that route because he has help over top, and so that's why you saw him get underneath that pass and try to pick it off.
40 seconds, under 2 minutes. Clock is stopping after incompletions, and it will pause while chains are moved after first downs. Burt makes the catch one-handed, and Burt has himself the first down.
So as you mentioned, Lowell, the clock will stop until the chains are reset unless you see a timeout call.
28 seconds, timeout, Vegas.
Or did they rule him short? They did.
Vegas
by
just called
a
their
yard.
first charge timeout of the first half.
And I think that's what Rod Woodson is wondering.
Come on, he was on top of the guy.
So still plenty of time here. 27 seconds. Vegas with 2 timeouts remaining. Is this surprising to you at all that Vegas has come out with this early lead?
No, not even close. Vegas has found their mojo, and they found their groove, and they found their quarterback in Jalen McClendon. Now, this is and was going to be a test. How will you respond to tens of thousands of fans when adversity hits? You threw an interception. It was challenged. So that's why I'm not surprised, because this team has found their mojo. But it will be interesting to see how they respond right now. The last 2 minutes of the first half and the first 2 minutes of the second half are
Previous
everything.
play is under further review. After review, the runner has gained the first down at the 28-yard line. It's first down, Vegas.
So now we got to sort out the clock and the spot. Let's listen in.
And they still wanted the timeout, yes?
Yes, he wants a dead clock, so he knows.
Yeah,
he's good.
we're good. It's going to be first down. It's going to be a first down at the 28 now, so we're playing 1 and 10. Make a note of that.
First down, 1 on the box.
Get cold. I'm saying, Darren Barrel, right? 24 whip. Yeah, I correct it.
Okay, so how did it get changed without a challenge?
He did challenge it. No, coach didn't challenge it. Dean made that decision.
Why would Dean? She can't change the movement of the ball. That's the integrity of what you guys are supposed to see, right? We can't call penalties when it's close.
By rule in the XFL, we're going to have those reviews with Dean. So he gets a chance to correct an on-field error.
All right.
And Dean, we've seen this all season long. You guys review plays in real time.
Absolutely. If it's reviewable, line the game, catch, no catch, goal line, we can look at it, stop it in the command center, and that's what we did. They ruled him short, and he actually made the line of game, so we corrected it.
And there we got some mayhem on the right side of the line. Flag down. Let's listen in.
Neutral zone infraction, number 96. Defense with contact. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And Anthony Becht knows whether it's line to gain or catch or no catch. He knows that Dean reviews those plays. So you notice there's a bit of frustration, but the frustration is the fact that, man, why are they getting those calls? And it feels like I'm not. That's just that emotional part of the football game.
Brian Bird stays in at running back on a 1st and 5. 28 seconds left. 2 timeouts for Rod Woodson. Looked like a busted option pitch. And the great speed of Carson Wells tracking Burt down. Carson Wells has been clocked at 21.88 miles per hour on the Catapult GPS system that all these players in the XFL wears. That's number 4 overall for a linebacker, right? And that is the top time registered for a guy that's not a DB or a receiver.
And these catapults, they measure speed for all players. And Carson Wells is a defensive end. He's an outside linebacker, yet he registered 21.88 miles per hour. As you see, it's the 4th fastest out of any XFL players, and St. Louis has 3 of the top 4.
Fitz, that's moving, my man.
After 14 surgeries on my right foot, I'm going to guess I would hit about 8.2 miles per hour.
Would you do the power walk, though, with like the swinging hips, or would it be a full sprint?
2 words, hell no.
Hey, we can arrange it.
I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, stay in here.
Well, for comedy, yeah, let's do it. That's it out.
You and me, my man. 10-yard power walk, sprint off. 2nd and 3 for Jalen McClendon. McClendon hit as he throws, and that sells high. Freedom Akinmuladoon was there with the hit.
Saw the pump and go. Fortunate for that ball not to be intercepted. That's a play that you set up after a few little screens. He pumps it, and then you see that both guys go. Cam Sutton, number 89, and Matthew Sexton. But it was played great by the defense.
It is loud in the dome. McClendon looking for Bryant, tried to one-arm it. And Brandon Sebastian was there to break it up. And Brandon Sebastian making that play. This game, it's a cancer awareness game here in St. Louis. Lost his brother Jordan to colon cancer. His brother played for Rhode Island and was a huge mentor to his brother Brandon Sebastian, that has a whole sleeve of tattoos dedicated to Jordan's memory.
And he wears number 38.
And it looks like we've got a late timeout. We're trying to ice the kicker.
Part of the play.
Sam
St. Louis has
Sloman.
called their 3rd and final charge timeout. 30 seconds in length.
Brandon Sebastian wears number 38 because that's the number that his brother wore. We see Sam Sloman wearing number 38. This is also a 38-yard field goal. And so that number means a lot. The team motto, or his family motto for Sebastian, is dominate the day. And so you saw that play like that, forcing this 38-yard field goal. It's in honor of his older brother, Jordan, who we lost to cancer in 2014. Excuse me, 2017.
Plays every game in his spirit. And he's making his older brother proud. One of the top playmakers defensively in the XFL. Let's do it again. Sam Sloman missed his last one after hitting the first. Oh, we've got a fake! And is it gonna work? No! Out of nowhere, we have the tight end, Cam Sutton. Wow, did not see that coming, Rod Woodson.
But the St. Louis Battlehawks do. Every day in practice, anytime you do a field goal, you work on fakes, and the special teams coordinator will work on a fake every single day. You never know when it's coming. We saw every player on that St. Louis Battlehawks defense, they stayed with their coverage. You work on this all the time. You never know when it's going to happen.
And great job by Chris Cooper to track that one down. Fitz.
Every special teams coordinator, my brother coaches with the Carolina Panthers with Chris Tabor, special teams, they carry 2 or 3 fakes that they want to use every single week. But Lowell, Sacho, in that moment right there to run that one, I don't get it. That's just me. Why not take the points and go ahead and add 3, and you're going to run that fake, that play right there?
Fitz, is that a lack of trust with the new kicker? And if that's the case, then why aren't you just lining up and going for it, right?
Thank you. The latter part. I mean, but again, every special teams coordinator, and Sam, you played special teams, man. You know that they have certain plays that they want to run every single week they carry with them. Their top 2, their top 3. And to run that right there, I don't get it.
Well, it is a team with nothing to lose. Vegas is the only team eliminated from the XFL playoff scenario as Tony Adams is being helped off. The key for Rod Woodson, he said, we're trying to put stuff on tape for our guys to get a shot in NFL camps and to get a shot to come back to this team. So XFL teams will retain rights to their players on their roster for next season. Let's check in, though, with Taylor.
Coach, what went into that decision to run that play there?
Well, I should have got out of it. Once I saw the rush coming from the side that was coming on, we should have called timeout and kicked the field goal.
Appreciate it. Lowell?
Taylor, thank you so much. Vegas, however, will go to half with the 11-8 lead, trying to make it 3 wins in their last 4 games. St. Louis, they know if they win this in the next one, they are going to the XFL playoffs, but Vegas is getting everything to make this a battle for the Battlehawks here in St. Louis. Halftime coming up inside the locker rooms as well. Let's take a look at today's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. Nick Tiano making his XFL debut.
Hey, you could get this. Set. Hey! Sorry, ass. That's so cold now, baby. Oh. That's me, Mike. We got you.
Absolutely. Love the composure. Let's get into the first half stats brought to you by Progressive. The big one for Vegas, 130 yards in the first half. That's their season high for rushing.
And Vegas has done a great job on the ground. But St. Louis on the other side, Nick Tiano, 115 passing yards in the first half. It's great to see, yes, his composure, but also his leadership. He said, man, I got you. You see Panishuk at center saying, hey, don't worry about it. We're good. From the beginning of this week to the end, whenever he knew he was going to start, he's been leading this team, and it's showing on Saturday.
Both teams feel like they've left some points out there. There was a missed field goal for Vegas, and then that botched field goal on the fake did not exactly work out. St. Louis with the pick of the end zone that we saw as well. Here's Rod Woodson in the locker room moments ago.
We're playing our best football. What we got to have? Passion, effort, and energy. 2 more quarters. Show them what the Vipers are about. Finish this thing, all right? Let's go.
Ain't no score again. Hey, man, I need 30 minutes from y'all boys, man. 30 minutes of hot, man. 30 minutes of passion, bro.
That's Savon Walker asking for 30 more minutes to make it 3 wins in 4 games.
And I played with Savon when I was with the Chicago Bears. He was with the Bears as well. Though he was young, he always led. And you see him leading in the locker room. You saw Jawan Johnson, number 20, saying no more points. This team, this Vegas Vipers team, they believed in themselves from the beginning. They started off slow, but it seems like they're finding their groove. But St. Louis is saying, hold on now, this is our house. You better come through us first.
Back-to-back wins for St. Louis. Vegas is hot as well. How about the XFL North, though? You can easily make the argument that the top 3 teams now are in the North, with D.C., followed by St. Louis and Seattle. Big one coming up next week with Seattle and St. Louis. You may be able to make the case that Vegas is the 5th best team behind Houston.
You could definitely make that case. And those 3 teams you talked about in the XFL North, they're 6-1, 5-2, 5-2. Houston, the team leading the XFL South, is 4-3. And so the North is strong. The South has a little bit of catching up to do.
Shepard will start with the football, and we have a flag down. I believe this is going to be a player for
89.
Vegas leaving early.
Coach, 5 yards from here or re-kick?
Neither team can leave the 30 or 35
89
until the
is the
ball
guy that
is
went
caught
early, right?
by the returner.
Offside on the kicking team.
Yes.
So the ball is caught or 3 seconds
tack
after
on
it hits
5
the ground. So we saw Cam Sutton go early with bouncing
Take it here.
ground.
Take it here.
You have to wait
Offside.
3 seconds.
Kicking team number 89. 5 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
That's on Cam Sutton. Left too early. So the line closed at 5.5 points. St. Louis as the favorite. At the end of the first quarter, Vegas moved to the favorites at 4.5. Live line now, courtesy of our friends at Caesars. St. Louis favored by 1.5 points.
180. What is that?
Tiano back to work. And an easy ball dropped by Giovanni Haskins, the tight end out of Rutgers.
So early in the first half, we saw a lot of empty. That wasn't empty, but it simulates empty because the running back comes out quick. The reason that St. Louis does this is to make everything easy for Tiano. Not much to read. The defense has to declare early.
So A.J. McCarron was hurt in the third quarter on a scramble last week against Houston. Came back after 3 plays, still finished that game. A win for St. Louis. Said he wanted to play in this game. Anthony Beck held him out. Wants him for the final 2, and that is swatted away by Jamar Summers.
I love the technique by Summers, but more so it's Summers and Keelan Kennedy on the outside. The DBs for the Vegas Vipers over the last 2 weeks have improved. It's been night and day, and that's why they won last week, and that's why they're leading in this game this week.
Yeah, hats off to Chris Dishman that we just saw.
Let's go 51.
This was the Vegas defense taking a backward slide after starting the season pretty strong.
Here we go. Shot.
I love hearing these names, though, that you grew up with. Chris Dishman, Donnie Abraham. Tiano back foot, caught in traffic. Just throw it up and let the former Raider bring it down. That's Marcel Aitman, 20 yards.
So Marcel Aitman went to Oklahoma State. He was a beast at Oklahoma State. I was down with him on the field. I'm 6'3". I'm looking up to him at least 2 inches. He's about 6'5" and big. Ex-receiver, one of the best in the XFL, though he hasn't shown it because of injury. Now he's healthy, and now he's showing his explosive ability for this offense.
That was Mason Rudolph's favorite target back in the day in Stillwater. The Chattanooga Mock slings it out to the North Carolina target. Trying to stay up. Looked like he got rid of that first tackle, then the turf monster.
Left back. Swamp left back. Crab hot.
Tiano just with 3 snaps last week in the third quarter after coming in from McCarron. 1 for 2 passing and had a handoff as well.
Get set. Get set.
He does look stoic behind center for St. Louis. Good full-headed steam run by Brian Hill, the Wyoming Cowboy. Brought down by Maurice Smith and Marlon Evans, getting 14.
We saw Jared Jones-Smith, the left tackle for St. Louis, pull on that play. For a big guy, a left tackle, that was great feet, allowing that block to develop.
Pass 19-1. Don't worry.
Hill with 5.1 yards per carry coming into this game, trailing only Abram Smith, the beast for DC.
180.
Little play action for Tiano. Here comes the pressure. There is a flag. But Savon Walker, the Maryland
61 there,
brings him down.
take down 61, previous spot.
Got a loss of 9 yards.
Holding number 61, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down. It'll be second down.
All right, give Savon his sack.
Hey, and sometimes when you're in your locker room, you speak to inspire others. Other times you speak to inspire yourself. We heard Savon Walker. He hadn't been a starter on this defensive line, but he said, we have to do something. He took it into his own hands.
First sack of the season after leading the XFL with 4.5 sacks with the Guardians back in 2020.
Here we go. Set. Go ahead. 180. What is that?
Tiano, all hit with the legs to dot down. Nearly back to the original line of scrimmage. Evans with the stop.
11-11.
What do you think
Shorty
of the
to
composure
swamp
of Tiano
right. Shorty to swamp right fast.
I've been extremely impressed, not only by the composure for himself, but he's exuding that composure for his teammates.
Seems like they believe. 3rd and 11. Battlehawks 4 of 5 on 3rd down.
Jet cold. Jet cold. Jet cold. Turbo, son.
Tiano. Beasley nearly brought him down. Tiano forced out by Maurice Smith. The former NFL sack leader, Vic Beasley, was bearing down. That can't be a good feeling.
Well, two guys who have won at a high level. You saw Vic Beasley with the pressure, and then Maurice Smith, I say one at a high level, spent 3 years at Alabama, went to 3 championships. Then he transferred to Georgia when Kirby Smart was trying to build that program. Without that tackle, that's a first down. Great play by Maurice Smith.
47 yards by Donnie Hagman. Had an XFL record of 59 yards last week. Will it be enough? No. Hagman no good from 47 yards out. Coming up, we got a former kicker from Central Florida that is now a YouTube sensation. Destroyed. Coming up. Gonna break it down. Kickers, receivers, DBs, and more. Welcome back to St. Louis. Logan Lindo, Sam Macho, and Destroying.
Yes, sir.
Hey, D, get everybody fired up right now.
Hey, man, they done messed up giving me the ESPN mic, man.
Hey, let's do this. Be you on this drive. I don't think I got to tell you to do that. That's just what you do.
Man, it's so loud in the stadium, it's hard to even hear you guys talking to me right now. The fans are going nuts, man.
Oh, let's see it.
Sir,
like watching the one-on-ones like we did in this building last night. 1st and 10 for Jalen McClendon.
Oh, we had a jump. No flat.
Burt with the carry. And come on, D, we're not trying to see the run game, right?
It looked like they jumped a little bit early there, but, you know, the ref might not have seen it. You know, I got a good view from the sideline right here.
So what are you looking for from your vantage point?
I'm sorry, say that again?
What are you looking for?
You know, I like exciting plays, man. I want him to throw the ball to Martavius on the edge. Throw it out to him. Let him make a play.
D, you spend so much time doing the one-on-ones. You see receivers line up. Is there any kind of route that you want to see from Martavius?
Man, it is so loud. I'm sorry, guys. I'm hearing a lot of crowd noise right now.
Back to Bird on the ground. Good cut. Up the middle to the 50.
Good run. Good run. Where the Battlehawks defense at on that? I don't know where the Battlehawks defense was at on that one. That boy was just bouncing around like nobody was around him. Shifty guy. Very shifty.
Destroy's FBS experience. Was a kicker and receiver at Central Florida. And now does his thing with 5 million plus subscribers on YouTube. Flag on the play.
Flag. What we got? False start.
Who you got?
False start.
64? Yes, you're good.
False
64 with that?
on the offense. I'm telling you, this crowd noise is throwing everybody off.
Offense.
I can hardly hear
5-yard
y'all.
penalty.
These
Still first
receivers
down.
can hardly hear their quarterback. St. Louis Stadium goes crazy, man.
How'd they show up last night, D?
I'm sorry?
How was the crowd for you last night?
It was insane. The whole city popped out, man. We had people lined up for hours just waiting to get inside the dome, man. Once we started, everybody who was in here was amazing. Amazing. St. Louis does it well.
Always. 1st and 15.
Another handoff.
Oh, nearly fumbled the handoff.
Hey, he is toting a rock. 15 is toting today.
Hey, should have seen him last week, D. Had a hurdle for a touchdown.
Oh, man. He's a big body, too. I can see him from over here. He's pretty big. Pretty big.
So you ain't trying to bring him down in the open field?
Nah, I'm good on that. It's a business decision, man.
Hey, break down Bryant's route for us right here. Talk us through it.
I want Martavius. Another handoff.
Come on now. Come on now.
Okay, Battlehawks. I'm telling you, throw to Martavius. He's an experienced receiver. And you know me, I'm a little wide receiver biased. You know, during my ones, I root for the receiver, so I'm trying to see some big plays. Oh, yeah, they getting loud. 3rd down in the dome. I don't even know what to root for. I'm in St. Louis, so obviously I'm going to St. Louis, but I just love good football. I'm telling you, it's loud. called a timeout.
Of the second half.
Vegas timeout.
So loud. D can't hear from the sidelines. Vegas can't hear the play calls. We're taking a timeout. We'll be right back. The Dome is absolutely rocking here in St. Louis. Vegas with an 11-8 lead over the Battlehawks. 7:26 left to go in the third quarter. Lower Galindo, Sam Acho. And we got D Stronger on the sideline.
Yes, sir. Big third down right here.
All the stars are out in St. Louis. 3rd and 6 for Jalen McClendon. McClendon looking to burn out of the backfield.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Hey, man, the crowd's rocking out here today, man. I need to see a Battlehawks touchdown, though. The place explodes anytime they score. That was close. We're going to bring out the punting unit. Matt Carasosa, my boy. We trained together in AZ a couple times. We got a big boot.
D, you've had some success in the kicking game as well.
I love my kickers and punters and long snappers, man. We're part of a kick squad fraternity. We always room for each other. Good snap. Good boot.
Carasosa gets it off.
Touchback.
And that is into the end zone, so XFL rules that comes out to the 35-yard line.
A little too much muscle on that one. A little too much muscle.
So on that last play with D, when he does his events, it's one-on-ones. It's offense versus defense. He got him on the offensive side, then you got Coach OTB on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes, sir.
So did you like that as an offensive guy? What did you think about that last play, D?
I don't know. I've been rooting for Martavis Bryant the whole time. They ain't throwing the ball. They went with a little wheel route to the outside. I don't know. I'm not a coach, but I probably would have called something different.
Hey, you know your stuff, though. Here's Tiano coming back to work. His running back is Brian Hill. Straight to Brian Hill. Trying to get the edge, and he's not. Good pursuit by Savon Walker.
Quick little pickup. Man, I would have loved to see AJ McCarron perform today. I would have loved it. What you said, his shoulder is injured? He's out with a shoulder injury?
Yeah, so heard it on a scramble in the third quarter. He came back and played the rest of the game, but they're thinking about long term. They're thinking about the next game against Seattle.
100%. Seattle's a really good team. I got some homies that play on the team, so yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Hey, Jacor Pearson, right?
JPZ, just chill. Yeah.
2nd and 8, Tiano to throw. What do we got, D?
Oh. Who we throwing that to? Who we throwing that to? Maybe y'all got a better view, but I ain't see nobody in range.
It looked between Darius Shepard and Akeem Butler.
I went up to 88 earlier, and I was like, hey, bro, it looks like you're him. He's like, oh, you ain't heard yet? Big body receiver. He really looks like him.
Hey, that is one of the all-time greats out of the Big 12 at Iowa State.
Oh, man.
I would love to see him in one of your one-on-ones.
Oh, he would take my money. He'd take my money.
Tiano.
Oh, yeah.
Wants it all.
Ah! A little too much mustard, man. He threw that out of bounds a little bit. The receiver had a step on him, though.
So in your one-on-ones, you have different quarterbacks who throw balls.
Yes, sir.
How do you decide who those quarterbacks are? Because it's a lot of money on the line, $10,000. How do you decide who are the quarterbacks?
During evaluation, where we give out the bands, we watch how they throw, and then we pick maybe 5, 6 guys. And as the competition winds down, we dwindle out like the best 3 that we trust that can be consistent, and then we have them handle the throwing.
Matthew Sexton.
Oh. That's a good punt. That was a good punt.
32. Hey, D, but what you got going, it's my first time coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was raw, it was real, it was entertaining. For all the guys that come out, like, that's the most important thing in that moment right there.
100%, 100%, man. It's just a chance for guys to put themselves on the map, get opportunity. We've had guys get signed to leagues in college and get scholarships off our one, so It's your turn to put yourself on the map whenever we come to your city, man.
Who's the best all time that you've seen in the one-on-ones?
I don't even got to hesitate. Jay Peasy.
That is awesome. Dan, leading receiver in the XFL.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. He had a large part in that. He had to do the rest.
Nah, he's him, man. I just gave him the platform. He's him. He does all the hard work.
Hey, but that's what this league is about, right? Finding the platform.
Opportunities. Intersection of dreams and opportunities, baby.
And that's what we saw from you. I mean, last night, Lowell, there were over 2,000 people there, all surrounding you, all surrounding Coach OTB. And all they wanted was that chance. There's a Michigan Wolverines recruit, a receiver there.
It was insane. There were so many people, not as many DBs. Nobody wants to get cooked. But there was a ton of receivers. But we ended up being good, man. We had 75 on each side to compete. So let's go.
St. Louis with Ellen Lumore.
Both ways, they've been stalling out, man. As soon as I get on the camera, they don't want to do nothing exciting.
It's like your DB shutting them down.
Yeah. Trash, as we call it. Oh, it's loud in here. It's loud in here, baby.
McClendon feeling the pressure. Gets out of the pressure.
Take off.
McClendon does take off.
Take off. Runs over a coach on the sideline, but he took that like a champ. Hey, McClendon's brought new life to this Vegas team, huh?
He has. He's brought new life and new energy, and he's brought this extra ability to run the ball. We've seen the last couple third downs. St. Louis has brought pressure. We saw a sack the last player, at least a play that was negative. This time, McClendon finds the open hole in the B gap and runs for an 18-yard gain.
Big dual threat guy, man. He got legs and an arm. He can make it all happen.
D, I thought they had him there.
I know. I thought so, too, but hey, you can never count him out. He big body, too. He like, what, 6'5"?
6'5", 215.
Yeah. Flag, what we got?
Delay game.
Oh.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Oh.
Still first down.
St. Louis crowd loves it.
Hey, so D.
Yes, sir.
When guys show up for the one-on-ones, do you know, like right away, do you know who's taking that money?
To be honest, no, man. It's unpredictable. There's talent on defense and on offense, and some guys may strap up one play. Some guys may get lucky, make a catch. It's unpredictable, man. It's any given Sunday, really, but whenever we host the ones.
To the ground. Here's Smith. Smith staying up.
Tough to get down.
So, D, what I picked up last night is you're a punk if you run a slant or a hitch. Is that fair?
Pretty much. In the first round, we don't like the slants and hitches, the little short routes. We want to see how good these guys could actually run routes, but low-key in the money round, that's the secret. You just got to get open as quick as possible and score.
All goes when the cash is on the line.
Yes, sir.
Hey, but D, I'd love to know, how did this idea even come about to give all these players these opportunities?
Man, so way back in the days when I met Coach OTB, we hosted one for PS5 with just some of the kids he was coaching and stuff like that. And I put it on YouTube and people loved it. So then we did a $1,000 tournament. People loved it. We did $2,000. People loved it. $5K, and now we're up to 10. Hopefully we start bigging in the pot, making it more money. 25K, 50K. Hopefully one day 100. And one day I want to do $1 million pot, man. That's going to bring the whole world out.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Big third down here.
This going to Bryant here, D?
I need one. I've been calling for him all game.
Keep it on the ground, McClendon.
Keeping it. Oh, he got that. He got that. He got that.
The power run is going to be close.
That.
You got eyes on it, D?
I'm right behind the spot right here. It looks like. I don't know. We're waiting. Oh, yeah, they gave it to him. They gave it to him. They gave it to him.
So, D, looking back to your playing career and the way it ended, having to make the decision, play at Central Florida, and give up your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Any regrets?
Not at all, man. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be blessed with 5 million people that care about my content and that are inspired by my content, man. It was the best decision I could have made.
And you can play, Lee.
Exactly, I can. Hey, don't sleep on the leg now. Ooh, there go 15 again. Flag.
That's
Flag.
Smith.
On offense 16, holding.
Holding number 16.
Correct.
Okay. Holding, number 16. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Bring him back.
So, D, I know it's not quite as sexy, but what can we get going with the specialist?
I'm sorry, say that again. The crowd was a little loud.
Yeah, I know it's not as sexy, but the specialists, the kickers and punters, how can we incorporate them to the YouTube channel?
Actually, a while ago, I had a kicking competition. I hosted in Arizona, $1,000 to the best kicker. So I might have to start hosting a little more kicking tournaments, man. And get out there and kick with them, too.
Yeah, show them up.
It's coming, it's coming. I'd keep my money if I got out there and kicked, though.
There we go. Broken up. Travis Feeney, the Washington Husky.
Good stop, let's go. The energy on the sidelines is turned right now. These boys need to rally back. I mean, they only down 3, which is nothing in the XFL.
Hey, D, we're going to the end of the quarter, into the fourth quarter. Can't thank you enough for inviting Sam and I out to watch the one-on-ones and have your presence on this broadcast. That's D-Stroy. Follow him, subscribe on YouTube. Fourth quarter coming up.
This is a chance for a second chance.
Rediscovered, revitalized, reborn.
St. Louis looking to inch closer to the XFL playoffs. Vegas is just trying to ruin the party. They've been eliminated, but you wouldn't know it by the heart and tenacity that the Vipers have come out and played with. But this house, this belongs to the Battlehawks. Some Neil Diamond serenading 35,167 fans here in St. Louis. This team deserves, this crowd, this city deserves a winner. Can the Battlehawks do it with 15 minutes left? McClendon with the man in his face going back to the sideline. Not much happening there, as Lakeem Williams and Lavert Hill had the tackle. Third crowd over 35,000 strong for the Battlehawks this season.
And we saw their first home game, we saw 38,000, then 35 and 35. St. Louis has been begging for a team for a winner. They got the Cardinals winning, they got the Blues, but then you saw the Rams left, and years back the St. Louis Cardinals, the football team left to Arizona. Now they have their Battlehawks there showing up in droves.
Yeah, the heart, the passion was not removed from this city when the football team was. Ball is out, and it's corralled. Lakel London from Western Illinois. Game changer for St. Louis.
And we talked about the defense having to step out. That was Travis Feeney on the outside. We saw the last few third downs, we've seen pressure. Well, this time, a 3-man rush. 3-man beating 5 offensive linemen. Feeney with the sack fumble, and then you see Lakel London, defensive lineman. He's just covering, he's watching. Then he jumps up, picks off the pass. He's a big body, but notice the great job by the defense saying, hey, we brought you pressure in the pass, but now we're just going to drop back 8 and force you to hold on to the ball.
Oh! No! 17th takeaway of the season. That is the most of the XFL. Good response with the thump by C.J. Avery. We got a lid popping off, rock'em sock'em style.
And this is why they call football chess, not checkers. Donnie Abraham, defensive coordinator, all he has done for the last 2 quarters has brought pressure when it mattered on third down. This time he drops back 8, only brings 3. See that 1-pat, 2-pat by the quarterback, Jalen McClendon. And Feeney knows, even if it's a 3-man rush, I have to get to the quarterback.
Took that first takeaway away from St. Louis with a challenge by Rod Woodson. Tiano, back foot. Darius Shepard, good burst there after the catch. We're right at the marker. Moving forward, first down, Darius Shepard. Doing that for his pops. Lewis Shepard III has a Roman numeral 3 tattooed inside his right wrist. As his pops passed away in 2018 after a battle with cancer, that is his hero playing for him on this cancer awareness game in St. Louis. Tiano in traffic. Nearly picked off. Dangerous throw by Nick Tiano.
Yeah, dangerous pass. The first one wasn't open, so we tried to force it in there. But you don't want to force it into all that mess, all that noise on the inside. Better to throw that ball away. You see it. He wanted to throw that screen to the left. It wasn't open. And you think, okay, I'm going to go get it. Well, Deontay Anderson says, no, I'm going to try and pick that off or bat it in the air. That's why you have to sprint to the football. The ball will find you if you continue to chase.
180. What is that?
Tiano wants the end zone. He's got Shepard, but it's picked off. Maurice Smith. How do you do? The Georgia Bulldog, by way of Alabama, taking that away from Nick Tiano. In Vipers, they had some fight today, Sam.
And Maurice Smith doing this for his son, Chosen Smith. His younger brother, Anaya Smith, plays at A&M. He wanted to be the best safety in the XFL. Now he's showing it.
Vegas leads 11-8 here in the fourth quarter, and a big interception by Maurice Smith, safety for Vegas. What was your read on that play?
The cover 2. I saw number 1 go wide, number 2 up the seam. I knew I had to get wide, throw it straight to me.
You're the energy king. You've brought energy to this defense. What is the key to maintaining that in the fourth quarter?
Man, I'm an energy bunny, so I just run around energy. I give it to the offense, give it to the defense. They feeding off my energy. They tell me, so we gonna ball. Praise God.
Thank you. Guys, I can confirm he is indeed an energy bunny. I've watched it on the sideline.
Thank you, Taylor. Vegas trying to make that takeaway mean something. Burt, a handful of yards. Willie Harvey was trying to strip that one out. We asked Rod Woodson coming into this game, what's different? And he told us, we're locked in now as a team, especially defensively. They've allowed only 2 offensive touchdowns since the start of last game.
In the last 2 weeks, things have changed. Rod Woodson has got this team more dialed in, taking some things away, but he's seeing improvement on the field.
Back to the ground. And that's Burt. 3 yards brought down by Lucas Dennis. Woodson and the Vegas Vipers eliminated. Well, they're trying to cause some upheaval in the XFL North, which will come down to 3 teams: DC, Seattle, and St. Louis. 3rd and 1. Speed option. McClendon stuffed. Taniela Tupou with the stop. Willie Harvey there as well.
That play was perfectly played by Willie Harvey. It was a speed option to the left. That's why they call it Navy. That's a triple option team. Willie Harvey, what he does is he feathers. He's on the line of scrimmage. You want to feather. You want to force that quarterback to wait, and allow everyone behind you to run. Great play. He feathered, and he still was able to get the pitch if the pitch were to happen.
Keep in mind, Ben DeLuca is out. Not playing in this game. His replacement, Nate Madors, is out with a concussion as the punt is off. Jonathan Alexander, the other safety, also went to the locker room, as well as Mike Rose in the 3rd quarter. UFC 287 tonight from Miami. Alex Pereira defends his middleweight belt against Israel Adesanya in the main event. Jorge Masvidal also returns to the octagon against Gilbert Burns. Main card begins at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on pay-per-view, with the prelims at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus.
It'll be interesting to see how does Tiano respond. And how does Bruce Gronkowski respond with that interception? Do you start running the ball more, or do you keep it up in the air?
2 picks thrown by Tiano. Going back to the ground game with Brian Hill. Here's Beck talking to his quarterback.
okay, and you got that kind of time, just understand, we get a field goal, tie, whatever we can, we're trying to score touchdowns. Do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Hey.
Okay.
And that's where A.J. McCarron is so great with ball security. Just 4 interceptions for McCarron, who did not make the trip to St. Louis for this game. Brian Hill trying to take on the entire Vegas defense. Fitz.
Hey, Lowell, I talked to Ricky Prohl, wide receivers coach for St. Louis, and he just simply said Tiano's got to be half a second faster with that release on that pick. He said they had him. It was open. It's covered 2. Half a second faster, that's a touchdown.
Fitz, easier said than done, right? Like, that's the difference with a guy in McCarron that's been a star in the NFL. Third and 4. Tiano, pump fake, nearly broken up, but secured by Brian Hill. Brian Hill coming into this game with 18 catches, the XFL leader from the running back spot.
One thing that St. Louis does, they love getting their running backs involved in the passing game. You heard that stat, 18 catches for Brian Hill. That adds an extra security blanket for Tiano. He had pressure, he felt it, but immediately his eyes went to his running back, who caught the pass, and he's done that all season long.
180.
Back to the ground. Oh, big thud. C.J. Avery says, get some to Brian Hill.
Well, C.J. Avery is a former safety. He moved to linebacker, and he is a hard hitter. We saw him great in coverage on that early first quarter pass breakup. Now he brings the thud and brings the thunder for his football team.
How much is this St. Louis struggling without McCarron? How much of it is just the Vegas defense playing out of their mind?
It's a little bit of both. The Vegas defense has a new identity, but we've seen some of his interceptions are caused by the quarterback.
The under looking really good. The total 44.5. We have 19 combined points. Ball is out. Hill lost it. His 3rd fumble in 2 weeks. Vegas football.
And you heard Nick Tiano. When that ball was being given, he said,
ruling on
why?
the field is a fumble recovered by Vegas, first down.
Because Pita Taumoepenu, he's playing it slow. And so when Pita's outside, you keep it, you go downhill. But look at Pita. Boom, he takes the running back, and that's why you have to keep it. Nick Tiano made the wrong decision in that case, and that's why that fumble was forced.
3rd lost fumble for Brian Hill over the past 2 weeks. 48 NFL games, uncharacteristic for him, but bounced back strong after those 2 against Houston. Is there enough time to respond? A lot of that will hinge on what Vegas does with this
clearly
drive.
A fumble. We were just looking at the recovery. It's in a pile. You guys got Vegas with the ball. We're good with that, and we're staying.
Perfect. Pita Taumoepenu started playing football in America his senior year of high school. Played for Kyle Whittingham's brother Kerry. Ended up starring for Whittingham at Utah.
29.
Jalen McClendon trying to win back-to-back starts in the XFL. Going to the ground game. Rod Smith, nothing there. Fitz.
Mike Rose, one of the best players for St. Louis linebacker, is in the locker room right now being looked at for a leg injury.
So that's Mike Rose, Ben DeLuca, Nate Maters, Jonathan Alexander, all not available at this moment for St. Louis. Depth is being tested. Resolve being tested. If St. Louis drops this, it makes their playoff math a lot more difficult. McClendon, screen. Geronimo Allison, touchdown, untouched, 27 yards, a breakdown by the Battlehawks.
What do you do when you know the defense is bringing pressure? You call a screen. Geronimo Allison, former Green Bay Packer, Detroit Lion, his first touchdown catch in the NFL was from Aaron Rodgers. Well, what happens here? We see a screen called by offensive coordinator Ray Sherman. We saw this similar play, a screen last week in the red zone. You bring pressure. All of a sudden, tunnel screen leads you to a 27-yard touchdown for Geronimo Allison.
Had such an electric start in 2018 for the Packers. 19 catches, 289 yards in the first 4 games, but had season-ending surgery after that and has not played in the NFL since. The conversion batted down, no good on the 1-point attempt. 17-8 Vegas. Who are these guys, Sam Acho?
It's a new Las Vegas Vipers team. We see Geronimo Allison with a touchdown. 9-point game. It's still a 1-score game with the XFL rules.
Vegas now leads 17-8 here in the fourth quarter, and I'm standing by with Vegas quarterback Jalen McClendon. You guys able to switch up your tendencies? How is that throwing off their defense?
I think like that. It's a good it's a good defense, but I think us just switching up what we run. Instead of running the same plays the same way, we just switching it up, running in a different way to just out leverage the defense and what we're seeing.
They bring pressure on you guys. How are you able to combat that?
I think the whole line's doing a great job up front in the run game and in the pass game. They're just doing a good job of picking up everything. So that's all praise to them.
Thank you. Mo?
DJ Calhoun just laid a lick on Darius Shepard. The turnovers have been problematic for St. Louis. They've been really good in that department, but 3 of them in this game. And here is the hit. 48 in white. Bang.
Sometimes that hole opens, and sometimes someone comes and closes it. DJ Calhoun shut that door very quickly.
9-point game, so still a 1-score game, as this is the confidence of Anthony Beck going right back to the ground game with Brian Hill.
But here's the challenge in Anthony Beck. The XFL rules, the clock continues to run until the last 2 minutes, and that's when it'll stop on a first down. And so you might want to keep it on the ground. But that clock will keep running. You're down by 9 points, which is a touchdown and a 3-point conversion.
First game of the season, St. Louis has not led at any point. 2 straight wins for the Battlehawks. A Vegas win cements DC's spot in the XFL playoffs, and there is pressure as Tiano is dropped by Jasheem Martin.
Jasheem Martin with the pressure inside, one of the better defensive linemen in this league. So one thing that happens, so the last interception, you start questioning, is it open, is it not? You pat the ball a little more, and the rush gets to you. 3rd and 8 here.
And with Vegas controlling the ground game, 184 rushing yards, these last 6 minutes could go by in a hurry if Vegas can get the football back.
Protect the middle, watch the
3rd and 8 here for Nick Tiano. Starting in place of the injured A.J. McCarron. Tiano swings it out to Hill, and that is a fine open field stop by Keelan Kennedy. We said his name a lot today.
Well, we said his name a lot because he's been playing outstanding ball. Back in 2021, he had over 18 D1 offers out of Garden City Community College. He initially committed to go play for Deion Sanders at Jackson State. This guy knows how to play ball. He's one of the younger defenders on this team, but playing time has matured him. So some great tackles and great plays and coverage. He is the reason why this defense is playing at such a high level the last 2 weeks.
Sterling Hoffrichter from Syracuse will punt. Oh, it's a fake, and it's going to work. Gary Jennings into the open field. Gary Jennings, the foot race, gets a block. Jennings, did he get it? He did. 64 yards.
Going for 3. You gotta have a 10-yard play. Get a good one.
We talk about fakes all the time in the XFL or NFL, whatever league. What happens is special teams coordinators say, man, they got 8 up. They're going after the block. Let's pass it to our receiver, Gary Jennings, and let him do the rest.
Hey, give it up to Stephen Mitchell out of USC on that play. Got the late block to get Jennings, the fastest player in the NFL, XFL, into the end zone. And did he get in? Absolutely. Absolutely. So here we go. The 3-point conversion to tie.
50, Z-wall.
It's going to be a little tunnel screen on the inside.
180.
3 receivers on the right blocking.
Tiano underneath on the hands of Shepard. Will stay in a 3-point game, but wow. Gary Jennings was clocked at 22.2 miles per hour on the Catapult GPS system. The fastest time in the XFL this season. I'd love to see the speed on this run.
Go, 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 go! Yes! Touchdown!
I stand corrected. I want to see the GPS on Anthony Beck moving down the sideline.
Well, that's a great play. So Anthony Beck, he's excited about the call. But Gary Jennings, a 4th-round pick in 2019. He knows how to play ball, but it's his speed that kills. That's what you saw in this play. Great play design, but great speed by Gary Jennings, beating everyone on that football field.
And in case you forgot, this is the team that does the improbable. You go back to the Week 1 win at San Antonio that required 2 touchdowns in the final 90 seconds of the game and the 4th and 15 conversion.
2 touchdowns, a three-pointer, and the 4th and forever, all used in that game. They're bringing it back in this game. Still down by 3. Let's see how McClendon and this Vegas Vipers team responds.
And how about Sterling Hoffrichter? Not just putting it on the money, but the way he sold the fake. Donnie Hagman will kick it away to Sin-Q Sweeting, who's standing at his 5-yard line. Teams cannot move from the 30 and 35 until the ball is caught. Here comes Sweeting, flag on the play. Willie Harvey makes the stop at the 20.
Scott Jose.
Got illegal formation on the kicking team. They didn't have enough players outside of the numbers.
Okay, we're gonna tack that on. Go with it, tack it on. Yes.
The runners up here.
21, 26.
21 to the 26. 21.
They want to re-kick.
Re-kick it. Yeah. Illegal formation. Kicking team. That penalty will be enforced 5 yards, and we'll re-kick.
Week 6 in the XFL continues next with the Renegades taking on the Guardians. And tomorrow afternoon, we have another doubleheader with the Brahmas and Roughnecks at 3 Eastern on ABC, followed by the Defenders and Sea Dragons on ESPN2. Every game is also available on ESPN+. XFL has been bonkers. The Guardians beat the top team, the favorite according to Vegas to win it all, DC, a week ago. Houston's lost 3 straight. San Antonio and Arlington are in the mix in the South. And if St. Louis does not come back and win this game, and Vegas does, DC becomes the first team to earn a spot to the XFL playoffs.
There's so much drama in the XFL. You're talking about the North and all the 3 teams there. But with Houston losing, with San Antonio losing, and Arlington losing last week, Orlando still has a shot, even though they got their first win last week.
So a re-kick here for St. Louis. 4:49 left. Neither team has a challenge remaining. And the kick is off. Sweeting from the 12. Sin-Q again, bottled up by the Battlehawks. Willie Harvey got him the first time. After the re-kick, got him again. Catch episode 6 of the XFL docuseries Player 54, Chasing the XFL Dream, Thursday at 5 Eastern on ESPN2. Available to stream immediately after on ESPN+. Directed by Peter Berg, this 9-part docuseries chronicles the creation of the XFL under new ownership and provides an all-access look at all 8 teams. Let's get bonkers, St. Louis. McClendon to throw. McClendon to Sean Price. A little slap. Solid gain on first down. Fitz.
Jennings, when the play is called, your reaction was in that fake.
I'm scoring. Nothing else. I'm scoring. I'm in there. That's it. I make plays. That's what I do.
Simple as that. Well, there it is.
I love it.
Appreciate it.
Former 4th-round pick by the Seattle Seahawks. Has one NFL game in his career. Makes plays like that, especially on special teams. He'll get another shot. 2nd and 3. McClendon with the keep. Lakeem Williams there to make the stop. Lakeem is a wild man.
The patience by Lakeem Williams on that play. That was a quarterback zone read. Well, they're not reading the outside guy. They're reading him in that scenario. And so, boom, he falls back, makes the tackle, critical 3rd down.
Hey, just listen. Let it all soak in. 3rd and 3. In a timeout.
Vegas 14, called timeout. Vegas number 14, called timeout. Vegas 14.
Prior to the delayed game, Vegas has called their second charge timeout in the second half.
Anthony Becht was hopping down the sideline trying to make that call for the officials. He wanted the delay.
And that's what you saw Q Sweeting say. He said, okay, I see it. I'm going to call this timeout because we can't afford 3rd and 8. Whole different play call than when you're in 3rd and 3 and less.
It is an absolute battle in the XFL North. If St. Louis can come back and win and Seattle beats DC tomorrow, we will have a 3-way tie atop the XFL North. Keep in mind, only the top 2 teams advance to the XFL playoffs. A Vegas win puts DC as the first team in. Vegas has been eliminated, but they can mess up this entire playoff picture. And this play will go a long ways. Jalen McClendon is going to keep. McClendon has the corner, smartly slides inbounds, keeps the clock running. 8 yards and a first down. This does not look like a guy that is starting just his 4th game since graduating high school 8 years ago.
He had one start in 2018, started last week. And that's his 7th rush for a first down.
Hurts not having Mike Rose in there. And all sorts of bodies colliding. 2-yard gain.
And it may not seem like a big deal, but sliding inbounds actually does matter even outside of those 2 minutes because the clock does stop while the ball gets set. And so it's only a few seconds. It may be 2 or 3 seconds.
29 yards.
But those seconds in this situation matter more than you could imagine.
And right here, gonna have to get another snap off before the 2-minute warning. Love it, his return to the game. He's been battling an illness all game long. Give him 1 yard to set up a 3rd and 5. 2-minute warning coming up. We've got a timeout. Smartly played by St. Louis. And we talked to Anthony Becht, what he takes so much pride in as a head coach, clock and game management.
And it's all the little decisions that people don't think about, whether it's clock management, whether it's how do you manage your challenges, all those, the rules. He said if there's one thing I'm going to be on top of, it's going to be all those little details, because I know that those details are often the things that help you win or lose games. I will not overlook them.
Second meeting in 3 weeks. In the first matchup, St. Louis won by 23 points. The second largest win for any team in the XFL this season. Vegas struck first, and they have not looked back. But what we could look back on is leaving 6 points on the field. A missed field goal and the botched fake field goal before that. time be a factor.
Hey, play.
McClendon off the hands of Sweeting. He had him. That could have been ball game, Sam.
And now you see not only the timeout, but the forcing a timeout because it's third down, incompletion. Now you have a punt and you have an extra timeout that you didn't have to use because it wasn't a run play.
Sam, it was there. Keep in mind, Vegas is playing without one of the most dynamic receivers in the league, Jeff Bedette. Hurt his hammy last week. Not playing for Vegas, but Sinque Sweeting, he's really the number 2 guy. McClendon put it where it needed to be. Got to get some stickum. Final 2 minutes, and it's St. Louis, so you know it's going to be chock full of drama.
Come on, baby.
Rod Woodson now has to deal with the emotions, the nerves, the anticipation of the final 2 minutes. Giving the ball back to St. Louis. That was near disaster as that punt was not handled well, and it goes into the end zone. Coming out
on
at
the
the
kicking team left
line,
31
Michael
left 30.
Carrizosa almost dropped that snap.
Yeah, and he was good getting it off before it was blocked. But that 35-yard line is where the ball's going to come out when the ball goes to the end zone on a punt.
It's a 40-yard line.
We do have a flag. Let's check this out.
Number 31.
31 left early.
Yes, sir.
And that's,
I believe it's an illegal formation.
Offside, illegal formation. We'll go illegal formation, left early. We'll got you. What number 31 you said?
31.
An eligible player downfield on the kicking team, number 31. That penalty will be enforced at the end of the kick. It's first down.
Wow, so coming out at the 35, then adding yardage as well, and whoa. I mean, Carrizosa is very fortunate to have been able to corral that football. That could have been the game there.
Unfortunate that St. Louis wasn't bringing pressure because the ball was so tight. They're more for a return.
Now, this is almost like getting a fourth down stop because it comes out at the 35. You add 5 more yards. Tiano takes over at the 40-yard line and gains 2 on first down. So it's now the college rules in the final 2 minutes. The clock will pause to move the chains, and it will stop on plays out of bounds and for incomplete passes. Tiano stepping in for A.J. McCarron. Another drop, this time by Brian Hill.
And as a defense, you have to remember, you're defending 3 points. You're not defending the end zone in a situation like this. You're defending a field goal, and so you change how you play.
Showdown for St. Louis coming up next week with Seattle. That will be the most important game for the XFL playoff picture for the Battlehawks. A loss here makes it a lot more difficult. Tiano has a man. It's Aitman. Did he hold on? Yes, he does. Marcel Aitman. Tiano quick to the line. Here comes Beasley, screen to Hill, Hill to the 40, up and over inside the 35-yard line. That's how you come back strong after a costly fumble.
Well, it's finding your ex-receiver, Marcel Aitman, going back to your other playmaker in Brian Hill, not in the running game, but in the passing game. That's his 19th catch on the season. These are your security valves in critical times.
1 minute left. Nick Tiano back to Hill. Hill to the 25-yard line, still fighting before C.J. Avery brings him down. Here's Bruce Gradkowski, the OC.
Trips right, Dusty pump, 3-jet Dusty pump. Trips right, 3-jet Dusty pump. X go.
And we've seen this before. That's that pump and go. Pump and go, try and get it to the end zone.
False start left side.
This one they probably hold on, come here. Yeah. Hold on. I got 13 on the outside flinching, all the way out there.
Yeah, so either way, we'll go 13. They're going to see. Yeah, check there. He's going to want 10 seconds, but they may have to use their timeout.
He's going to buy the timeout.
Yeah, he's going to take it on that side.
He wants a timeout.
Okay, we go 13, false start. False start, number 13. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down. St. Louis has called a timeout to avoid a 10-second subtraction.
And you're going to see the false start here by Austin Prohl. And the timeout was called to avoid a 10-second runoff. So in the fourth quarter, less than 2 minutes left. If you have a penalty while the clock is running, there will be a offensive penalty. There will be a 10-second runoff unless you use your timeout. You get excited when you're the guy who's about to make that play. That pump play was likely to Austin Prohl. You fake a screen, you pump it, and you throw it to him. You get a little excited, calm your nerves.
And what this potentially sets up, if St. Louis settles and makes a field goal, we would have the first overtime game in week number 8 that we've had all season long.
180.
But Tiano looking for the kill shot. Pressure from the edges. Tiano with the legs. Tiano inside the red zone. It has not been perfect, but has been absolute guts on display for the former Chattanooga Mock. Tiano clocks it with 24 seconds left.
St. Louis has one timeout left. They have a quarterback making his first start, but they have supreme trust in him.
Hey, play clock's going. Play clock's going. Hey, on the ball. 6. Hey, 51 on 1. Ready? Hot. Go outside on a hitch.
No A.J. McCarron. Nick Tiano trying to lead the Battlehawks to a win. Shepard rocked, but holds on. C.J. Avery made the hit, saying incomplete pass.
Down.
What you see here, Sam?
You see the hit here by C.J. Avery. Tiano's got to do a better job of protecting his receiver, not running him right into that play. Darius Shepard has consistently been, not only for this team, but even in college, a model of consistency. I got a chance to talk with Trey Lance, who was a redshirt freshman when Darius Shepard was a senior receiver.
So I'm looking at control. He gets hit immediately. He's going to the ground to make the catch. Ball comes loose, hits the ground. And then he's going to regain control after it hits the ground. So it's all during the process of the catch. That's an incomplete pass. We got 20 on the clock, so that's good. And we're going to be third down.
So that because he was injured? An incomplete pass.
Yes.
It's an incomplete
injured
pass.
player. They get
10. So how do you play this if you're Anthony Becht?
I trust my quarterback. I trust Nick Tiano. And I understand the fact that you have a field goal, but if you get a chance to end it, you end it.
Eagle 40 lead on 1. Ready? Lead me, baby. You're going right.
That changes a lot here.
It does. It
cannot take a sack.
On the ball.
Donnie Hagman has to be ready to sprint out onto the field regardless.
Okay. Hey. 3 jet. Hey, 3 jet. 3 jet. 3 jet. 3 jet. What is it?
So if you don't get a first down here, or if you get sacked, the game is essentially over.
Jet Cole.
X bench pump.
Jet Cole. 3 jet. 3 jet.
If If you don't see it, you got to throw it away.
I guess it's called their third and final charge time out of the half.
This is a tense moment. Vegas, the team that's come out of nowhere to win 2 of the last 3 games. St. Louis, a team dealing with adversity, not just with A.J. McCarron being gone, but the defense without Ben DeLuca, Nate Maters, Jonathan Alexander, Mike Rose in this game as well. But they have a chance to move closer to a spot in the XFL playoffs with a win.
And St. Louis has their field goal. They're in field goal range.
We'll kick it, okay?
Right now, get into the end zone. If it's open, if it's not, throw it away.
There's Donnie Hagman, who had the game winner in week 2 against Seattle, a 44-yarder. He's also got a 59-yarder, but has missed a field goal attempt earlier in this game. A Vegas win sends DC to the playoffs. Third and 10, no timeouts remaining for either team. Nick Tiano, Aikman had it, dropped it. Broken up by Jamar Summers.
He fucking pulled his jersey. That's fucking egregious.
So now
That's egregious.
It comes down to the foot of Donnie Hagman.
And this is the opportunity you would have had to challenge if you would not have used it early on out of emotion. That call could have been called if you would have challenged it. But unfortunately, you don't have it. Now it comes down to Donnie Hagman to see if he can tie the game.
34 yards for Donnie Hagman. He's missed from 47, has a game winner to his credit. The field goal is up, and it is good, and we are closing in on the XFL overtime shootout. We have 11 seconds to get there. More St. Louis magic, though. The way overtime will work, if we get there, 3 alternating tries from the 5, each are worth 2 points. It's like a shootout in World Cup soccer.
That's exactly what it is. It's like a penalty shootout in soccer. It's not like you have this 10-minute half or quarter. Each team has a chance to get it.
Luis Perez, the former Vegas quarterback, traded 2 weeks ago to Arlington. He was inactive last week. Should get the start for the Renegades coming up against the Orlando Guardians, who upset previously undefeated DC last week. That is coming up next. DC, still Vegas's favorite to win the title, followed by St. Louis and Seattle. The XFL North is bonkers. But this game came down to special teams. The fake punt, touchdown from Sterling Hoffrichter to Gary Jennings. And the field goal by Donnie Hagman, knotting it up at 17. Still have to kick it away to Sinque Sweeting. And that's straight into the end zone. And so this will also set up good field position for Vegas.
And there may have been some strategy involved in that. Kick that in the end zone, put him at the 35-yard line. You know Sweeting is a potential threat as a kick returner. He scored one in 2021 in college. Because that's a big returns this year.
35.
Smart play by Hagman.
We don't see many teams try to do that, trying to get it between the 20 and the goal line. But in this situation, the last thing you want is a special teams touchdown to end the game.
Especially when you have a quarterback who hasn't played his best ball on the other side of the ball, making his second start in the XFL in a loud environment.
Is this a straight knee situation right here?
For me, it is. If it's me, I take a knee, I go for my overtime opportunity.
Have not seen an overtime game with these new XFL rules this season. We are 11 seconds away from the first. Vegas eliminated. They're here to crash the party. St. Louis playing without A.J. McCarron. You know he's loving the fight by Nick Tiano and his boys. McClendon, was there movement? I believe there was in the backfield with Rod Smith. Let's listen for the call.
65 went early. Part of the snap, false start, number 65. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's Jamil Dimby, and then we heard Rod Woodson immediately say, take a knee.
Yeah, at this point, you don't want to make any bad decisions. Now you got a 1st and 15. You try to force something, interception for a touchdown.
Yeah, victory. Victory. Somebody on the ball, Yeah. There you go. On that. To that. 180. One time.
And here we go. For the first time in the XFL this season, we are going to overtime. Let's bring in the VP of Officiating, Dean Blandino, to break down how this is all going to play out. Dean, what are the rules for OT?
Yeah, this is exciting. This is our first one this season. And so both teams will have alternating tries from the 5-yard line. St. Louis being the home team, they'll have the option to either play defense first or go on offense. And then we'll go from the 5, and basically it's a try. If it's no good, we'll keep going. We'll go 3 alternating tries. If we have a winner after 3, then the game's over. If not, we'll continue until we get a winner.
And how about penalties, especially pass interference?
Penalties are significant in overtime. If we have an offensive penalty, a live ball foul, the try is no good. A defensive penalty would result in a retry from the 1-yard line, and then anything after that would result in an automatic try that is good.
All right, Dean, we're pumped up. XFL has really changed the way the game is played and could change the way it's played in the future as well in other leagues. And we're about to see one of the reasons why.
And the NFL in so many ways has partnered with the XFL with some of these rules. The NFL saying, man, we want to figure out better ways to do overtime. We saw years ago, coin flips not always work. And so now we're going to see how does the XFL handle overtime with these alternating tries, almost like in soccer. And then see how the penalties work out as well, because that's huge. If you're a defender, you say, man, I'm going to hold or tackle or whatever to keep them from scoring.
So St. Louis wants to play defense. The crowd is now a factor. This is where the Battlehawks crowd really comes into play, because you're going into the teeth of the St. Louis faithful.
And Jalen McClendon's legs have to be a factor as well. I talked to offensive coordinator Ray Sherman before the game. He said we'll have a few new wrinkles because of who our quarterback is. McClendon is the quarterback. We've seen him use it this week and last week. Now let's see what happens in this critical situation. First overtime game in the XFL.
Come on, man. You're fired up, right?
I'm excited, man.
Vegas with the first try from the 5. Jalen McClendon, the quarterback, looking left side. The tight end, is he in? It's going to be close. Where are we marking this one? Cam Sutton is waiting for the signal. He's in.
Ruling on the field is a completed pass for a 2-point try.
Sutton, don't you very much. That was close.
Left elbow. Hey, Mike. After review, he is short. I've got a real good look. Short. Left elbow down.
Okay, we're short.
Try is no good after review.
I need a ball.
After review, the runner is short of the goal line.
I've got the look right here.
The try is no good.
Wow. Can you take back the dunk?
Well, so it's a smart play, running this inside, essentially like a screenplay to a 6'7", 255-pound body. You think he can get through all those bodies, but that elbow keeps you just a yard short. You see Willie Harvey among the people who make that stop.
Brandon Sebastian making his late brother Jordan proud with that stop on the goal line. So St. Louis now with a chance to respond. Beck is saying, everybody,
turn the music on.
Chill for our guys.
I'm on, ready? Hey, Jack, you got the shallow. Look early. Flat, on a flat, 51.
Nick Tiano looking for his moment. Tiano over the middle. Akeem Butler is in.
So hard play to defend. Great route by Akeem Butler. He switches over, beats CJ Avery inside.
Now Vegas with another opportunity. A stop here for St. Louis, followed by a score on the next possession, will result in a Battlehawks win. It's Barkers here inside the dome. McClendon to Bryant, flag down. Bryant makes the catch. Was right for the call.
Going offense on that.
OPI for offensive pass interference.
Yeah, so we're going to go 10 yards there and replay the try.
Absolutely.
Because we tried. They made it, right?
Try's not
That's by
good.
rule. That's by rule. Pass interference, number 4. Offense, by rule. The try is no good.
So that's the difference in the XFL overtime rules. Offensive penalties, if you have an offensive one, the try is no good. There's no retry. There's no 10-yard penalty.
Come on, man. Wow. I know that. I'm talking about him over there. Come on. Give us a shot.
Dean, what do we have there?
So we had offensive pass interference on Vegas for the push-off, and it was clear, created separation. By rule, the try is no good. But then during the dead ball action, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct against Vegas' sideline, and so we'll enforce that half the distance, and now St. Louis will try. And if they make it, the game is over.
It's about the details, Sam. And when Vegas struggles, it's because the lack of attention to the details. St. Louis for the win.
You want pistol side? Yeah, here we go. Attack. 180. What do you say? Get in there.
Hill for the win. St. Louis, go crazy.
All that St. Louis is... St. Louis has done this season has been finding ways to win. They do it again, this time in exciting fashion. Give it to your best player, Brian Hill, running back. Get it in the end zone.
Fitz.
Coach, how in the heck do you describe that one?
You play 4 quarters and then some, right? Unbelievable job of just being resilient in this game. We really had nothing going on, and we needed players to make plays, and we got some. That fake punt, man, listen, me and T were talking about it, and he's like, listen, we may have it. We held off for the one time, and we decided, I was like, T, should we do it? He's like, let's roll with it, and it worked. It was awesome, man. Proud of these guys. I don't want to win games like that, but I do want to win games like that.
Go celebrate.
The second dramatic comeback this year by St. Louis. Did it in week 1, had up down 17-8 with 5 minutes left and getting it done with Brian Hill with the walk-off. Next up, it's Arlington and Orlando.